And it's with Isaac. James. Well read to ease the pressure. Smith on the ball. O'Connor. Otis Khan. He read the situation defensively and did his job. And space to attack. He's in here. And that's an excellent piece of defending to thwart him. And he might be through here. Well, he stumped it out of there without much fuss. Alexander-Arnold. And still dangerous. Oh, my goodness! He's caught that so well! A goal of the highest class!
Let's go, is it?
Fantastic technique! Back underway.
Promo that last 6 weeks. That's quite mad. We've got a 1 of 493 plus here. Bosch, look, Bosch, give me some of that Manuel, baby. I know he's not that expensive right now, but he is really fun in game. Oh, he's actually a lot more expensive than I thought. 250k, let's go.
Let's go.
That is nice. Yeah, Manuel Neuer is a beast in the game, man. We've got a rare mixed pack as well. You know you pack specials out of these. Lights up, baby. Specials in the back, you know. Never mind. Yeah, I wonder if we're not getting something like Festival of Fire or something this year, because it looks like many few footies are 60, which, as I say, therefore makes more sense why they're not giving us loads of content all at once. Because it's going to be a 6-week promo rather than a 2-week promo and then another promo. Because usually we have one promo through the summer that lasts like 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, right? And it's not usually footies, but I guess this week it'll be footies. We're going to take Jean Felix there, 89 rated special card. Not too shabby. 122 coins, my go, baby, let's go. Surely, you know, the starting lineups and the decisives, it should be low coverage. Poops, thanks for the 14 months, man. We've got an 84 by 10. Oh, we've got player pick again. Let's go, my friend. Yeah, we don't mind it. Say James Hammers, as I like to call him. I'm feeling another icon in this 84 by 10. I don't know why. He just... Mel Smith Rowe. Edin Dzeko. Could be some goods in here. The 84 by 10s are given out. To be fair, 4 walkouts. The icon pick here. You know what? This Michael Ballack as well is very nice. 4-star, 5-star. Right back, left back. More defensive, probably better suited. I assume you want Ballack. Bosh. But still says low coverage, yeah. So I don't know. Oh, hold on. Wait for me. You went share screen and share play. We get. We'll take Casemiro. Not bad. Did he have the 85 by 10 as well? That many coins? Probably not. Get grinding the bronze packs, Matt. The thing about this footies is barely any footies player upgrades my squad. Last year, my team got thrown over. Yeah, I know, man. That's mad, isn't it? So we've got the Super Elite pack. Oh, this is a fun pack to open.
The fun.
You've got to get rewarded, right, Franck? Send forward Frank Hoypari. You don't mind that.
Accelerate 3D is a startup that helps other companies bridge the gap between prototype and mass production. And we we do that using local high-speed 3D printing, that'll work. Windows 11 Pro and Dell computers are what help us achieve our goals. They have the high-quality, high-capability machines we need to start building a 3D.
Most of Ugandans have our roots in agriculture. My great-grandparents, my grandparents, all of them were farmers. My name is Claire Mukankusi. I work as the Lions of Biodiversity International.
PSG? I got messy.
Plant breeding is really a very important science. It looks at how are we going to have food in the future. Beans are a staple in Uganda and East Africa as well. They are a major food in hospitals, in schools. Most people cannot afford animal protein, so beans are eaten on a daily basis. But the challenges of the people are high. Most of the beans that we have here cook for more than 3 hours. The cost of energy is also very high. We use charcoal, we use firewood. We don't use a lot of electricity or gas. We are seeing changing in seasons. When it's going to rain, it's no longer predictable as it used to be. We are getting droughts, we are getting excessive rainfall, we are getting heat, so we are getting new types of diseases. Even the pathogens in the field are evolving. They need to also keep up with the climate and survive. All that is a challenge. So first and foremost, I have to ensure that the beans I am developing are going to be able to grow under the different conditions for production. If it's high yielding, it's disease resistant, what actual diseases, what kind of yield, how fast cooking it should be. SEAT has a gene bank. So we're able to actually use those genes to address different challenges of climate. We've been doing some preemptive breeding for mostly drought tolerance. At the end of the day, you develop a variety that has very high chances of being adopted by farmers and something that sells on the market. As a breeder, can I have to ensure that farmer is able to get a benefit out of the new varieties that you're developing. Interacting with farmers makes you understand their challenges and their needs. They have issues to do with the unpredictable rains, then several diseases and pests. Then maybe they're not taking care of the crop the way they need to. That's the challenge for research, to come up with a package of the variety plus the management practice that is affordable for that farmer. But there is a way that we can make it happen by sharing the resources as well as sharing the human capacity. The future of food security relies on us being proactive to the needs of the communities, to embrace the changes and to make it work to.
Right. Damn. Delict, Foden, Jethro,
Looks as though he's alone in the centre. Oh, a moment of pure class! Has to catch it perfectly, and didn't he just? Well, the ball is moving once more. How important will that opening goal prove to be? Davinson Sanchez.
Where's Ronaldo?
Kimpembe. And now it's Phillips.
That's outrageous.
Oh, good skill, and he's managed to...
Here we go. 1 of 493 plus. Rip it and ship it, brother. Hey, you didn't have the pipe, take the pipe. I think you got the pipe. Noah's a good guy. Don't mind that. H move, man. For the 10 months, man. We've got the 1 of 6.
How does anybody know how to play this goddamn FIFA, man?
Imagine the 1 of 6. Harry Kane is alright. What are we saying, guys? Is Kane going to Bayern or not? Hey, that might be Bayern present and future. man might be the Bayern president of future. Or do we have Dorpack as well?
What do we want to do?
Cheer praying he does. See, the thing about Kane is he's young enough that he can go to Bayern for like 3 years, win some trophies, come back to the Premier League, and then still break the record. But I think there's enough years left in his career. That footies! Oh, Gomez! He came out looking different. That's a dub. Mike Theory, huh? Mike Theory. We're talking about Redless and that, and they're like, oh, damn, he's cottoned on, quick, put one in this guy's account. We've got 11 fingers available for everyone. Let's go, baby. Gomez the dub. Man, in there as well, some, like, 3, 4, 5, damn, that's all right. 7 walkouts in that pack. Yeah, that's a nice pull, man. One of the most expensive players in the game right now. Let's go. GG's BPKO. Win some trophies, or even 2 years. Win some trophies, win a title, maybe a Champions League, probably a Pokal Cup. Come back at 31 or 32 and just spend the next 6 years playing until he gets the record, right? Genuinely plausible. Especially because then he'll come back to Spurs. He can come back to, like, you know, literally like City, if Haaland leaves in 4 more years like he says he will. He can come back to like United or even to Liverpool. I doubt he'll come to Arsenal. Open all right. That's not a bad first pack though. Yeah, he can move to a proper number 10 and just be a goal poacher instead of like dropping back and getting involved in the build-up play and stuff. Like there is genuinely more than enough time left in his career for him to move away, get some trophies, come back, and then still get the record. Ooh, that's not bad. I thought when the 85 Bergwijn came out, that was going to be a terrible pack. No dupes in there as well, which is nice. He's an Arsenal fan. Well, why not? Come back to Arsenal, win Champions League, mate. With Arsenal, whilst breaking the Premier League goal scorer record. With Arsenal. Would love that. Here we go. Oh, would I love that? I don't know how I'd feel about Harry Kane of all people playing for Arsenal. I don't know. That'd have to be some feelings and emotions that I'd deal with if it happened. That's not bad still again though. Look at that. An 84 by 10. Wait, that was an 85 by 10, wasn't it? Only 2 85s in there though. That's quite nice.
fees or minimums, and no overdraft fees are another reason banking with Capital One is an even easier decision than this.
We need a clutch hit. There.
Jeter.
Hang in there, rookie.
Yep, even easier than that. What's in your wallet?
Nice. So, Sol Campbell was this close to winning the Champions League with us, man. But damn Jens Lehmann, he was always a loose cannon, wasn't he? Always. There is not Arsenal were the best team in Europe, no question about it that year. No question about it. And although you can never know, and I'm just going to say this anyway to make myself feel better, even if it's not the truth. 11v11, we win that game, no question about it. Because 10v11, we almost won the game. We'll go with an 8-4 by 10. Hey, bro. Well, all we know. No dupes. That's a terrible pack. 2 87s and 85 and the rest 84s. That's the worst we've seen. Probably is a div pal. Honestly, do you think Arsenal are winning the Champions League? A fair way. It's not necessarily about personnel now. It's more about the thing about the thing that's going to have to happen is we're going to have to spend another year or two together as a team and start winning things. And I feel like we are still going to have to get one or two more elite caliber players, and then it does just come down to experience. Yeah, right. It took City, as good as that City team was, it still took them several years because they lacked the experience of winning the Champions League, right? And then you look at that Real Madrid team that won it 3 years in a row, and they were just serial winners. Some of them weren't the best players in the world, weren't even the best players on their team that played. You know, you have players like Lucas Vasquez or Nacho, players like that were like really good squad players, but would have absolutely failed basically anywhere else. I'm not saying Vasquez necessarily would fail anywhere else, but do you know what I mean? They weren't, Carvajal, he was good, but you would never put him up there in the top right backs of the world. You'd never put him up there. And yet they still won the Champions League every year. What was it, 4 out of 5 years, 3 years in a row? Yeah, players like Arbeloa and such, right? And the reason why they did that is because they were just, winning was just born, it was just, drilled into them. Winning was just drilled into them. And so they didn't need as much quality. And that's not to say they didn't have quality. Of course, they had Bale, Ronaldo, Benzema, Modric, Kroos, etc., right? Arsenal need that winning mentality next, right? Arsenal to win the Champions League, they need a fair bit of, they need an FA Cup win, a League Cup win. They probably need a Premier League win before they're going to win the Champions League. And even when you look at the Liverpool team that won it, that Liverpool team was so good. And they had won. They had won the Premier League. They had won, was it the League Cup or whatever it was? They also were just born winners. And then sometimes, if Arsenal get a really favourable run and all of the best clubs just kind of get knocked out until the final, then maybe it'll come sooner. But if I'm being realistic as an Arsenal fan, as somebody that would love to see us win the Champions League, I don't think it will happen any time in the next 3 years. We got a lot of growing, a lot of experience. Ooh-wee! Give it that 96 back. Speaking of Arsenal, look at that. Oh, two absolute Arsenal legends right next to each other there. Let's go. Robin Van Persie, come on now. This is a good card. He must still be worth 400, 500, 600k, right? Jeez, he's in threes. What? That's mad. But yeah, I think, I think we won't see Arsenal win the Champions League in the next 3 years. I think we not only need way more experience, I still think we probably need a lot better players. I love Gabriel. Gabriel is the exact sort of player that will get sent off and concede a penalty in a Champions League final. And they're the sort of players that you just don't need in your team to win the Champions League. Oh, we got the what's this pack? The 2,500 feet point 400,000 coin pack. Let's go. he's terrible. He's not terrible. He's still quite young, right? He's only 25 years old, but he needs to get the consistency levels of his quality up and the mistakes out, right? And you see a lot of players with that same issue in their career. Some of them manage to do it and go on to be world-class players and win lots of trophies. Some of them don't and end up becoming squad players in like good teams or top players in relatively lower teams, right? Like that's the way it goes. Nothing at the back there. That's a shame. I was hoping for a footies at the back there. Hey, this pack, oh my days, what an absolute disgrace of a pack. 2,500 feet, boys, that's terrible. Sorry, SJP, pal. Yes, see, Saliba has that world-class potential. Saka, world-class potential. Martinelli, world-class potential. Declan Rice, world-class potential. Oh my God. Cristiano Ronaldo. Is that all you... Did you seriously wait about like 15 minutes to show me a Ronaldo? I mean, GG's, man. I'm happy for you. Tradable Cristiano Ronaldo is legit, isn't it? Oh, he's got a wing tail. Never mind. Yeah, Odegaard has whether they're world class now or not, like Saka maybe, Rice maybe, whatever. Odegaard has that like top tier potential. Havertz does have that genuine world class potential as well. It's just that's not always enough. You know, that's not always enough. Oh, that's an alright pack there. Lots of specials. GG's on the Ronaldo, brother. Yeah, we're like an elite right back. Even like Zinchenko. Like Zinchenko's good for Arsenal because he comes from City where he's won the title, you know. But Zinchenko's quality is just off of that world-class level, right? His mentality maybe is up there at world-class level, but as a defender, his quality isn't quite there. Maybe he'd do better in midfield. Might be too small, too weak for the way Arsenal play in that midfield role. Yeah, again, man, I mean, I don't even know who you take there. Not going to take Son because he's got an SBC. Frankowski's well cheap. Valverde probably not either. Probably Goretzka, right? Frankowski. I'll let the player pick. I would have gone for Goretzka, but I don't want to take the wrong one there. Yeah, it's like whether or not like I'm saying these things and then in 3 years' time we're just back to where we was 2 years ago or whatever. The one thing that is just really, really, really nice from an Arsenal fan's perspective that we haven't had in the longest time is we are in the conversation again for these things. And that just feels good, man. It just feels good. It feels good that Mbappe was linked to Arsenal and not like unironically either. But sorry, not ironically. He was actually linked to potentially coming to Arsenal for a year. Hey, thanks for the 12 months, brother. Like, we now have the pull to bring in the elite tier players in the world again. And that's just, it's good, man, it's good. 11 dots to there, nice. Imagine Mbappe to Arsenal. Hey, there was a time in Arsenal's career, like lifespan, like since I've been alive, like especially in like the early 2000s and stuff, where there wasn't a player on earth that wasn't linked to us in terms of like the elite top level players. We were linked to everyone. We didn't get some, we got some, you know, we missed out on some, and some of them I don't think we actually went for and stuff. Yeah, we nearly got Ronaldo, we nearly got Ronaldinho back in the day as well. And then we went through years and years and years of trying to get those players that hopefully became good players. And it's finally starting. That's terrible. It's finally starting to come together, which is nice. Sorry, Shaq Messi, that was terrible. Barry Talent, here we go, brother. All right, here we go. Ooh, man. Wait, maybe you can see it now. You want follow, don't you? Follow. Yeah, he was sick at. Did he win a Golden Boot twice? Did he? He was sick at Barca. Did he win a Champions League at Barca as well?
Fuck is this one?
One of the players would have won Arsenal to sign this transfer window. It's one of those ones that, right, where it, like, literally, there's not many players that Arsenal need that aren't the literal best players in the world.
Now, how about the short corner?
I would love that. Now that we've got Havertz
An alert piece of defending.
We've got Ketia and James. Do you know what? I'd still like a number 9, right? I'd still like
Foden.
a number 9. I would still like somebody.
Oh, he's through here. It's opened up for him. There it is, the opening goal of this match, and what a start they've made. So the ball rolling again, with the scoreline standing at 1-0.
Yeah, Ramsdale is like Gabriel in a regard, right? Whereas like Ramsdale is very good and a very
Calvin
good
Phillips.
stopper.
Outdoing his opponents. He's in behind.
He did. No, I know he did, but like I don't like the mentality of, you know, I said, didn't Suarez win the Champions League? Oh yeah, but he was playing with Neymar and Messi. Okay, so first of all, he still won a Champions League. Just because he played with Neymar and Messi doesn't mean he didn't win the Champions League. Second of all, he was insane in that Barcelona team. He was insane. Nobody's better than Messi. Suarez and Neymar.
Unlimited 1.5% cash back is just the beginning. With no annual fee. Chase Freedom Unlimited. How do you cash back?
I'm messing with. Do what we get. Get these things.
Meanwhile, you could probably put on that same pedestal next to each other, right? Like,
And he's through here. Big chance it is. And danger still. Almiron. Can they forge ahead? They do. And you've got to say they're good value.
Thierry Henry is the best striker of our generation.
Okay.
Not sure if Ramsdale will ever get to Alisson or Courtois level. Yeah, precisely that, right? Precisely that. And so, you know, there's definitely like scope for a better. Well, again, it's not necessarily about better because I think Ramsdale on his day is one of the best.
He's out.
Must
take the lead here.
My baby. You go to get it. You go to the doctor.
Literally be the best player in the world. The problem was he performed at that level, one in like every 6 to 8 games, and that just wasn't consistent enough. Like, you would rather take somebody who plays to a very good consistent level every game than somebody who plays insane 1 out of like 6 or 8 games, right? And I think when you look at Ramsdale, yes, Ramsdale is young for a goalkeeper's age, right? Ramsdale's like 24, 25 years old, right? Ramsdale could play for another 15 years yet, 13 years or whatever. But when you look at Ramsdale, in that bracket of, could be one of those goalkeepers that's like insane one game and then drops a clanger the next. Insane the next game, he gets sent off the next. That's a really bad hack as well. But if he can get that consistency of just being a really good, consistent player, that's when he could then step into that realm of, you know, a great club. And that doesn't really come along like that. Like, that's really difficult to draw out of a player. And that's what the best managers will get. The best managers will get those players that have the ability and the potential to be the best and draw it out of them every game. But that, guys, is going to be the end of the video. Good discussions again today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. I'm out. Peace.
Pineapple on my thin crust.
Pepsi pineapple? I'm in pineapple heaven. Wait, am I dead?
You're alive! Try Pepsi pineapple and a pineapple pear combo only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
In less than 48 hours, training camp will officially be underway for the Seahawks. What should you be watching on the offensive side of the football?
Who I got in the
Rob
same
Ray and I will
club?
be diving into several key storylines for a high-powered
MCI.
offense heading into camp on our Monday edition
Yeah,
of Locked On
MCI.
Seahawks.
You are Locked On Seahawks, your daily Seattle Seahawks podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Greetings, 12. This is Corbin Smith, host of the Locked On Seahawks podcast, your daily Seahawks podcast, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Glad to be joined here during training camp opening week here on Monday. My co-host in crime, Rob Rang. A special thanks to all the 12, whether you're listening nearby in Port Orchard or you're listening down in Texas in Waco, Baylor country. We greatly appreciate you making Locked On Seahawks your first listen 5 days a week. It is finally here, Rob. We are less than 2 days away from the first practice for the Seahawks, the open training camp at the VMAC. We're going to be breaking down some key storylines on offense. We're tackling your Monday mailbag questions, and we'll be ranking the competitions upcoming on the offensive side of the football. Jam-packed episode as football gets set to return here in the next couple of days. So let's get to it. Now for your lead story here on our Monday edition of Locked On Seahawks. Heading into the 2023 season, most people expect the Seahawks to have one of the more high-powered offenses in football, and it's understandable why. They've got their quarterback, Geno Smith, coming back. They've got a stud receiving group, DK Metcalf, Tyler Lockett, now Jackson Smith-Njigba. They've got two really good running backs. They invested high draft picks in. This is a group that is loaded at the skill positions. They've got some good young talent, the offensive line. So there might not be quite as many question marks heading into training camp, and yet at the same time, Rob, there are plenty of storylines that we're going to be looking at for this group to see whether or not they can reach the very high expectations that they have going into this season.
Well, I have to argue with you a little bit on that, Corb. I think that there's every bit as many question marks this year as there were a year ago. It's just that a year ago, we were not expecting the season to end with some exclamation points. And that's exactly the situation that we find ourselves. We talked about this before. A year ago, there were not any expectations of Geno Smith. This year, of course, as the comeback player of the year, as a Pro Bowler, the biggest question that I have when it comes to the Seahawks team is an entire unit would be the quarterback position. Again, can Geno Smith do it yet again? And the players that I've compared him to in terms of his career resurrection for him would be Rich Gannon and Alex Smith. And that, to me, is one of the most encouraging things about this, is that there's, of course, very few quarterbacks who have found themselves on the bench for a number of years and then had that comeback. And that's exactly what Geno Smith did, as well as Rich Gannon and Alex Smith. And to me, again, the most encouraging thing about it is that Rich Gannon and Alex Smith did continue their stellar play after their breakout, comeback, careers here. Rich Gannon wound up going to the Pro Bowl a couple of different times after that. Alex Smith did the same. Both led their clubs back to the playoffs. So, again, if the biggest question is, can Geno Smith do the same thing again? I think that he not only can, I think that he can possibly improve. The Seahawks should be pretty excited about that possibility.
Leapfrogging off that, to me, the biggest question going into training camp in this new season for the offense, this directly impacts Geno Smith, but how much better, or is the line better at all, with the changes that they're going to be making at center and right guard? We are guaranteed that there are going to be two new starters at those positions. Even Phil Haynes, who was on the roster the last 4 years, he has 5 starts his entire NFL career, and he started as a spot starter last year. He was not a guy that started many games for the Seahawks. So you're still getting a new starter replacing Dave Jackson, and whether it's Brown or Oluwatimi at center, you're going to have somebody different with Austin Blythe now retired. So a lot of people, the narrative out there, and I would be included in this, I believe that they have more talent at those two positions. They have more upside, clearly, at those positions, especially with Anthony Bradford competing against Phil Haynes at right guard. But the real question boils down to how much better is the group in the short term. Brown gives you a guy that has started more than 20 games in the center the last 2 years, so he has some experience, he play well in those starts. But Olutimi and Bradford, obviously coming from the college ranks, they haven't played any snaps in the NFL yet, and Phil Haynes, as I mentioned, has 5 starts in his entire career. He's flashed in platoon roles at right guard and even left guard, but we haven't seen him start consistently. So there's a lot of question marks there in terms of uncertainty. What are you going to get from that group? There may be more youth, there may be more upside, but that's really a question. How much better is that offensive line going to be? And so I am very excited to see those competitions play out in the trenches and what this line looks like with Charles Cross, Abraham Lucas being back for their second season, set to make a big jump. This could be a very solid offensive line, but there is a lot of uncertainty there compared to the rest of the positions on Seattle's roster offensively.
Yeah, exactly, and that's one of the things that I would kind of transition back. Again, if we're talking about Seattle offensively and one of the units that has had some transition, the running back and wide receiver positions definitely have both had some upgrades in terms of pure talent. I'm going to focus in at the wide receiver position just for a moment, and those of you watching on YouTube can see the picture of Jackson Smith and Jigba number 11 in the classic Seattle blue and silver throwback uniforms. And I really think that the impact that Jackson Smith and Jigba might have on Seattle's receiving core could be absolutely spectacular. But of course, a year ago, we saw the offensive and defensive rookie of the year candidates, really for Seattle, really kind of step up. I think that Jackson Smith and Jigba could do the exact same thing in terms of what Ken Walker did a year ago, in terms of being a big play specialist, similar to Tariq Woolen, of course, on the defensive side of the ball. Again, a big play specialist, those 6 interceptions. I would not be surprised at all if Jackson Smith and Jigba winds up being the league's rookie leader when it comes to touchdowns. That, to me, is one of the real big question marks here is, can Seattle get more bang for the buck, that number 3 wide receiver position? We've talked about this so many times. I think that Jackson Smith and Jigba is going to be spectacular in that way. It is the purity of his routes, the way that he snatches the football out of his hands. He was not my top-rated wide receiver in his draft class. Was actually the wide receiver who went 1 pick later, Quentin Johnston from TCU, went to the Los Angeles Chargers. I think that Johnston is a better fit for the Chargers because they need him over the top. The Seahawks need that kind of middle of the field kind of a guy, a route runner savant, and that's exactly what Jackson Smith and Jigba is. To me, that is, again, one of the biggest questions. Can JSN live up to all of this praise? Can he be that immediate impact player the Seahawks need? Again, if they can, then I think it's that much easier for Geno Smith to have the big second season as Seattle starters. Again, if they have that big play from JSN, and if they get the improved offensive line play that you mentioned a moment ago.
Last but not least, we got to save the best for last year. I know the running back position, it's been kind of a rough last week or so for the players that play that position, but this directly could impact Geno Smith and Jackson Smith and Jigba in the receiving core, because you've got Ken Walker III and now you have Zach Charbonnet, and there are so many questions out there about how the Seahawks are going to deploy these 2 second-round picks. They've also got Kenny McIntosh and DJ Dallas. So there's a lot of talent. There's a lot of depth at that position. How does that impact Ken Walker III? Does this become a by-committee situation where Seattle goes with the hot hand? And Pete Carroll did that sometimes at USC when he had Lendale White and Reggie Bush, get a couple other tandems there. Justin Vargas being part of one of those early in his time at USC where they rotated back, so they went with whoever got the hot hand. Are the Seahawks going to approach it that way, or is this still Ken Walker III's backfield week after week, and Zach Charbonnet is more just a change of pace runner? That's really going to be the big question for me. How do we see that backfield rotation, that stable of runners? How do we see the Seahawks deploy those guys, especially with the fact that Charbonnet and McIntosh are both coming in with really good pass-catching skills? And I think that just adds a dynamic. You got guys that are really all-around backs that can do a little bit of everything. And so this is going to be one of the more fun position groups to watch. Even if the running back position is being devalued by a lot of teams in the league, I can tell you one head coach that is not devaluing that position, and that is Pete Carroll. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. Is it more of a by-committee approach, or does it end up being canine and everybody else just kind of takes the scraps? And I think that's fascinating storylines that we don't know the answer for heading into the 2023 season. Coming up next, we're going to tackle your questions in our Monday mailbag segment. It's our last one before training camp, and we got some really fun ones that we're looking forward to answering. We'll get to those here in a moment on our Monday edition of Locked On Seahawks. This episode is brought your way by LinkedIn Jobs. These days, every new potential hire can feel like a high-stakes wager for your small business. You want to be 100% certain that you have access to the best qualified candidates available. That's why you have to check out LinkedIn Jobs. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the right people for your team faster and for free. When I was a site manager, LinkedIn Jobs was my go-to to post writing positions to land top candidates. They make the process easy and seamless. All you have to do is create your job post and then add your job and use the purple hashtag hiring frame to your LinkedIn profile to spread the word you're hiring. Simple tools like screening questions make it easy to focus on candidates with the right skills and experience so you can quickly prioritize who you'd like to interview and hire. It's why small businesses rate LinkedIn Jobs number one in delivering quality hires versus leading competitors. LinkedIn Jobs helps you find the qualified candidates you want to talk to faster. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/LockedNFL. That's linkedin.com/LockedNFL to post your job for free. Terms and conditions apply. You're listening to the Monday edition of Locked On Seahawks. I'm your host, Corbin Smith. Glad to be joined, as always, by my coach in crime, Rob Rang. A special thanks to all the 12s out there for making Locked On Seahawks your first listen. We greatly appreciate it. Everydayers, we're going to continue previewing training camp with some key defensive storylines tomorrow, and, of course, ranking defensive positional battles. Some really fun discussion and maybe some debate sprinkled in there as well. You won't want to miss it. Let's get to our Monday mailbag segment. Our first question here coming up for Rob, and this one coming off Twitter from Spaghetti105. I have not had lunch yet, so this is making me hungry. Who's the favorite for punt kick return at this stage? Obviously, Rob, Godwin Igwebuike is not even on the roster, the guy that was the most impressive returner they had last year. So this really is a big question mark.
Yeah, it's a huge question. And as you mentioned, Godwin Igwebuike was Seattle's flashiest kick returner a year ago. He was not Seattle's most productive kick returner or their most productive punt returner. That would be DJ Dallas. So the easy answer right here is just to say the incumbent. DJ Dallas was Seattle's, again, leading punt and kick returner a year ago. Kenny McIntosh, the rookie from Georgia, has some return experience. Zach Charbonnet does not. And if you look at the wide receivers on this roster, you can throw out the conversation about Tyler Lockett. It's been 3 years since he's been a significant part of Seattle's returning game, so that's not going to be the case. I do think that you have to look at some other kind of candidates. Possibly a guy like Kate Johnson. He had some extensive return experience early in his college days. But at the same time, I really think that this is really DJ Dallas. I think you're going to see Kenny McIntosh have an opportunity there. This is going to be potentially this last year, DJ Dallas was Seattle's fourth different leading punt returner in a row. So 4 years in a row now, they've had some type of transition. Again, I'm going to go with the incumbent in DJ Dallas. I do, as we talked about a moment ago, I think that the running back position is going to be one that we really have to pay attention to a lot with those two rookies. But it's not just DJ Dallas and what he can do on third down as a receiver, it's what he can do on special teams. That's why I think that he still has a real good shot making this play.
Our next question coming from Roger Vanneau tweets, is it truly a possibility that Devin Witherspoon will be outside in regular formations but play inside in favor of Jackson playing outside in nickel formations? Have other teams done this? Have the Hawks done it? Or is it Reek, Spoon, and Bryant with Jackson and Brown in reserve? So that might seem like a loaded question here, but it's a really good one because from a Seattle standpoint, under Pete Carroll, they have not done this. We never saw Richard Sherman slide inside to play the slot. And Shaquille Griffin, they didn't do that with him. They don't move their outside corners normally. They stick them at their one spot, and that's where they stay at. That's how Pete Carroll has preferred to do it. But they've never had a Devin Witherspoon come into their hands as a top 5 pick, a guy that was a shutdown corner outside and inside last year at Illinois. This is not one of those situations where he played 2 snaps in the slot and gave up no reception. He played extensive snaps inside. And Illinois moved him all around. He wanted to be on the best receiver, and they applied. Because why wouldn't you, as talented as this guy is? So I don't know if that's going to be enough to change Pete Carroll's mindset.
Portugal.
But I could
Sorry,
see this being something that is a real possibility because Mike Jackson's a good football player. They want to get him on the field some. You slide Witherspoon in. He's probably your best slot corner on your roster as a top 5 pick. And it gives you positional flexibility, schematic flexibility. So other teams do this. The Seahawks just typically have not. Under Pete Carroll, it's been very strict. We put you at right corner. That's where you're playing. You're not moving inside. Devin Witherspoon, though, is the type of elite, rare talent, though, that could change the way that they run their defense. Next question for Rob, coming from Chase Rydell 41. Speaking of DJ Dallas here, could Buffalo inquire about DJ Dallas with Hines done for the year? And Rob, I don't know if you saw this news today, but Nyheim Hines for the Buffalo Bills suffered a season-ending knee injury while he was out. He was standing on water skis, and somebody hit him with a jet ski. Like it was a freak accident, injured his knee. He's done for the year. So now Buffalo's missing one of their top running backs.
Yeah, and a dynamic player in Hines. And so what goes without saying is obviously, all thoughts, prayers, well wishes to Hines, his family, the Buffalo Bills, the organization. Getting back to the point of the question, I think that any club out there should be considering Seattle Seahawks if they have a need for a running back. And we talked about Seattle's got 4 legitimate running backs, on this team, and they may even be deeper than that. I'm curious to see some of the other, rookies this year and see what they can do because there's some intriguing. The kid from Toledo is intriguing. But anyways. Going back to DJ Dallas, I really think that DJ Dallas would be a beautiful fit in Buffalo in terms of his ability as a receiver out the backfield. Again, as we talked about before with the special teams, and it's that special teams component is why I think that Seattle's going to want to keep him, just because they don't yet know what they have in Zach Charbonnet, who, like along with Devin Witherspoon, at least as of the time that we're recording this podcast, are not yet signed. So that's something we should mention at this point as well on the eve of training camp. But I do think that DJ Dallas is a legitimate NFL back that is going to command some interest from other clubs if they have injuries, as the Buffalo Bills unfortunately suffer.
Our next question coming from Hawkstrologer tweets, what do you think our base defense looks like this year formation-wise with Jamal Adams and Jordan Brooks both healthy? Near 100%. Honestly, I know this is going to be a boring answer, but it's not going to look any different than what they did going out in week 1 last year, aside from maybe the corner positions we just talked about. Maybe Devin Witherspoon slides into the slot and they go into nickel and dime sets, and maybe that leads to one of the other guys being on the field. But I don't think that's going to directly impact. Maybe Jordan Brooks, if Bobby Wagner is going to be on the field all the time, if you have dime sets with one linebacker, Jordan Brooks might be the one subbing out, even if he's fully recovered from an ACL tear. But in terms of the base formations, for defense, you're still going to have Jordan Brooks and Bobby Wagner in the middle. Jamal Adams is still going to be your strong safety. You could move him up as an extra linebacker in your nickel and dime sets. I don't see it being any different in terms of schematics. But if Jamal Adams is not out, Jamal Adams is not available, then that is where I think you could see some significant changes in the way that they handle things. Because as good of a player as Julian Love is, he's not the same style player as Jamal Adams. And Seattle, unfortunately, has experience adapting their scheme without Adams with all the games he's missed. So it shouldn't be as big of a surprise if they have to prepare for that with Julian Love as your strong safety. But I don't anticipate. I think where they had last year before Adams got hurt in that season opener, I really believe that Clint Hurtt had a great plan for how he was going to use Jamal Adams. And Jordan Brooks, they're going to do what they've done with him his first 3 years once he's healthy. He's going to be taking a bunch of tackles. He's going to be dropping back in coverage. They're going to be playing their 3-4 scheme in base. It's not going to be anything different. Really, the question here is what things would look like if one or both those guys are not out there in week 1. And that might create some significant adaptations that Hurd and company are going to have to make on defense. Our last question for Rob here. Bryson speaks on YouTube. What do you make of Seattle bringing in multiple USFL linebackers for workouts on Monday? Does that mean that Brooks is starting on the PUP list? I do think that this is a really good question, Rob, especially when you consider that they had 4 players from the USFL that were out there for tryouts today, and 3 of them were linebackers, including the league's defensive player of the year.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is I think that you are just kind of kicking the can on some really talented players from the USFL. I think that it's a sign that possibly Seattle is a little bit worried about Jordan Brooks. I don't think that we should be surprised by that, considering when he suffered the injury. I mean, it would be, remarkable if Jordan Brooks was all the way back. I fully expect him to start the training camp process on that, on the puck list initially. They're certainly not ready to participate fully for training camp. So I think the Seattle is just kind of doing their due diligence. I think that this is to be expected. There is just about every NFL team in the league is holding some type of workouts for players on the eve of training camp. That's just kind of the nature of business and how you kind of get rolling. So I think that it's a sign that possibly Jordan Brooks is not ready, but I also don't think that it's written in stone, and I don't think that one necessarily has that much to do with the other. I think the Seahawks know Brooks is, they're going to take the long-term approach with Jordan Brooks because they recognize what a talented player that he is.
This could be about Brooks, as you mentioned, but I just want to make this clear. USFL just ended their season, so these guys have just been releasing their contracts to be able to go after an NFL job. So it's not like this is a situation where these guys have been waiting for weeks. The Seahawks are now taking a look at them. Frank Ginda, who was the Defensive Player of the Year in the USFL, and he actually has been in the NFL with a few teams, former San Jose State linebacker. He is one of the guys they brought in today, and it's the first opportunity they have to bring in these players. So why not take a look at a guy like that who has been really good in a secondary league? Maybe he can play special teams for you. Maybe he can play some defensive snaps in training camp while you're easing Brooks back in. Even when he's off the pup list, they're not going to be giving him a full workload off the bat. So this is definitely something where it could be related to Brooks going to the pup, and it also could be, hey, we have one open roster spot right now. Let's get a little more depth there so that we can truly ease him back onto the field into a full-time role as we're looking to get into by week 1. And our last question here from PJ Diddy, 2435. Who can you see being this year's Cade Johnson as a player who was on the practice squad last year and could contribute this year? That's kind of a difficult question to answer because a lot of the guys on Seattle's practice squad last year got at least 1 or 2 games where they were able to play on the regular roster. And so maybe I'm giving myself too many liberties here. But I'm going to say Joshua Oniogo, the outside linebacker, the pass rusher, who right now is 7th on the depth chart. He's probably not going to be making this football team without injuries in front of him. But he is a player that has a high motor. He's got good athleticism off the edge. I liked what I saw in the one game he played in last year. And all it would take is one guy getting banged up, and you elevate him from the practice squad. This is a guy that I think can play on Sundays. And Cade Johnson had a couple big catches in a playoff clinching game last year. I could see Oniogo coming into a game late in the season with the Seahawks at the playoffs on the line and getting a sack or at least getting a few quarterback pressures. So that would be my selection. The guy that only played in one game last year that I do think has the talent to play on Sundays if the opportunity is presented to him. You are listening to the Monday edition of Locked On Seahawks. It's your host, Corbin Smith. Glad to be joined as always by my co-host in crime, Rob Rang. And a special thanks to all the 12s. We greatly appreciate you making Locked On Seahawks your first listen 5 days a week. For everydayers tomorrow, it's all about defense. We'll look at some key storylines. There's certainly some big question marks on that side of football going into training camp. And we'll finish up our all underrated squads tomorrow as well. Really looking forward to that. Going to be a jam-packed episode. Make sure that you are listening in. Let's get back to preparations for training camp. It's hard to believe, but we are less than 48 hours away from the first practice kicking off at the VMAC. We discussed some key storylines on offense earlier in the show, and I want to take more of a micro look now, heading into training camp at the competitions that matter most. And maybe it's a little different on defense where you have a lot more new faces, but there are still certainly plenty of competitions worth looking at on the offensive side of the football. And I think you and I are in agreement, Rob, that one stands above the rest right now heading into camp in terms of the most intrigue and really the most impact on where this football team can go in 2020.
Yeah, at least in my opinion, it's center. I think it's center, and then you have the conversation. You could put center, and then there'd be a significant gap before we start talking about the other positions on my list. My top 5 camp battles, I would list them in order as center, then right guard, running back, receiver, and then tight end. And real quick with center, obviously we know the names. Oluwatimi and Evan Brown being the ones that everybody is going to focus in on. And I think that with Oluwatimi, you want him to be the starter. You want him to earn this job. And as the Remington Award winner and all of that, the fact that he was a 4-year starter at college, the pro readiness, all of those things check every box. He has the size, everything makes sense, except the fact that he actually has to do it now. And so that's what's going to be fascinating here. I really think that if this is an even competition, then you go with the veteran Evan Brown, even though he is new to the Seattle system as well, obviously, having spent the last couple of years in Detroit. At the same time, he is the veteran, a little bit more polished, or at least should be. That's the expectations. But if the rookie does jump ahead, then that's what you're hoping for, because you want that rookie contract for the next 4 years and really finally solidify the center position, which has been basically an eyesore ever since the Seahawks decided to trade away Max Unger all those years ago. So to me, that's where I would start off with. I think whatever happens with Evan Brown, if he is the starter at center, if he is not the starter at center, that is going to impact the right guard position. But before I start talking about all those, I want to make sure I pass the mic off to you for a second, Corbin. Any thoughts in case you didn't agree with me as far as center being the top position of concern?
Well, I do agree with you, and I know sometimes our listeners say, why don't you guys disagree more? But, this is not a situation where this is Skip Bayless screaming in the cloud. That's not how we do things here on Locked On Seahawks. And we have we have our disagreements, but I'm sure there will be some later on the list. But for me, center's got to top the list off as well, because this is, to me,
I got nobody else.
That is on Seattle's roster when you're looking the last 6 or 7 years. Justin Britt had a couple solid years as a starter, but they just have not been able to come close to replacing Max Unger. In the last few years, you've had Ethan Posick, you had Kyle Fuller starting some games, and then last year you had Austin Blythe. This is a position that they have not been able to find a long-term starter, and it has reared its ugly head. Last year in the second half of the season, I think one of the big reasons this offense kind of sputtered for a while, I felt like Austin Blythe really struggled in the second half of the season last year. And I don't want to pick on one particular player, but the run game in particular, you could just tell teams were exposing him in there with under 300 pounds. He's not a physically imposing enough guy to be able to set the line of scrimmage. And that's why I think this position is so crucial for the Seahawks, whether it ends up being Evan Brown or Oluwatimi. We've talked about this a few other times during the offseason. What really excites me about this is not one of those cases where Seattle signed a 30-something-year-old center that's been a journeyman that hasn't started many games, but he's played in a bunch of NFL snaps, so we're going to give him a chance to get the rookie. No, they went out and signed a guy who's in the prime of his career. Evan Brown's 26. And he has been fantastic in the games he has started at center the last 2 years for the Lions. So you're talking about a guy that still could be a long-term starter. This is not we've got an aging bridge guy here. Evan Brown is not an aging bridge guy. If Oluwatimi beats him out, excellent. If not, Evan Brown could still be your guy. He could finally be that foundational center for you. So that's what really excites me. I just love the matchup there. I think you have two younger players that I think both have enough upside to start in this league. And that just makes it a really captivating situation. As for the rest of my rankings, where I would differ from you a little bit, I actually have third receiver as number 2 on my list. And I know some of our listeners are going to bat an eye a little bit, like Jackson Smith-Njigba is the 20th overall pick. He's going to be the number 3 receiver. To echo the words of Lee Corso, not so fast, my friends. I think that Jackson Smith-Njigba is going to win that job, but don't discount D. Eskridge, who finally had a healthy offseason program. We know the explosiveness, the playmaking ability, and he can do some things that Jackson Smith-Njigba, quite frankly, can't. He is more of a downfield threat. He's more explosive with the football in his hands. We just haven't gotten to see very much of it here in the first 2 years because he's had injuries. If he's healthy, I still think that is going to be a very fascinating competition. And then I'd have right guard and a very close number 3.
I can't get a chemistry
because
down.
I do think Bill Haynes has a significant lead in that competition going into camp. Whereas I feel like Evan Brown's got Oluwatimi already riding his bumper, and he's ready to compete. I think that there's more of a gap at right guard, but it can still end up turning into a competition, especially if Oluwatimi wins the center job and suddenly Brown is thrown into the right guard mix. Then we might have to revisit this because there are some variables there. But for now, that's number 3 on my list in terms of intrigue going into camp.
Yeah, it's because it is a little bit cloudy at that right guard position. Why it was my number 2 competition here to really keep an eye on. Like you, I really think that Phil Haynes, the incumbent, is likely to kind of win that right guard position. Anthony Bradford, I love the talent, but that's a big man that only had the 1 year starting experience at LSU. 6'5", 345 pounds is what the Seahawks were listing him as. He was 327, I think 330 pounds, at the combine, so bigger than he was before, and that can be a sign of good things. That can be a sign of bad things too. So I think that's really interesting kind of competition. You mentioned the possibility of Evan Brown sliding over there again, that right guard position. To me, that's a really interesting one. And then of course, if it is Phil Haynes, he's only on a 1 year deal at this point. So, how well does he play if he is your starter? Does he play well enough to justify Seattle bringing him back on a long-term extension? Of course, on the opposite side of that, you have Damian Lewis, who also is in the final year of his rookie deal. So guard position is definitely going to be one to be paying attention to. I'll kind of push back a little bit. I'm not going to push back a little bit. Screaming, yelling at you like some of those other talk shows out there or conversation shows. But I would argue that third wide receiver position there really should be Jackson's position. That DS does have to make a push. But the reason why I have that list a little bit lower is because I do think it's pretty clear who the top 2 are, obviously, and Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. I think it's going to be Jackson Smith and then after that, DS, which to me is fascinating. I'm curious just as much about who's going to be Seattle's pick for 6th wide receivers as much as the number 3 wide receivers. For me, just real quick, unprompted, I'm just going to say the names Tariq Young and Cade Johnson. I think those are the top 6, along with the other 4 that we've already mentioned. And I want to see if anybody else is able to shake those 2, which would have been my answer, at least on offense, to the question asked before about who were some guys that are on the practice squad a year ago that might be able to step up. I know Cade Johnson did that. Tariq Young did that a little bit a year ago. I think he might be able to do it even more this upcoming season. So to me, that's fascinating. The running back position, as I talked about before, I think is really interesting. I just think it's going to be difficult.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with
4 running backs, but I think that all 4 of Seattle's top running backs, and again, there might be even more than that. They're legitimate NFL players. That at minimum, DJ Dallas, and then what I like to call the 3 young guys, the 2 rookies, of course, and then, of course, Ken Walker the third. I think they're absolutely NFL guys. So I'm just kind of curious to see how that shakes out. What does Zach Charbonnet, assume he signs, what does he show? Can he be that touchdown amazing in the end zone, or in the red zone, excuse me? Can Kenny McIntosh really challenge DJ Dallas to be their third down back, to be their return guy? That to me is fascinating. And then the tight end position, I'm just fascinated when he keeps all divvied up, because I think, again, like at running back, Seattle has one of the deeper position rooms in all of the NFL. And I think that John Schneider might be keeping his ear on the phone to see if there's any other NFL teams out there that are feeling pretty needy and maybe a little bit desperate, willing to throw Seattle a late round draft pick for one of the veterans, quality veterans they already have on the wall.
I'm glad you mentioned the third down running back, because that is actually specifically what I had 4th on my list. Not the running back position, the third down competition. Because Travis Homer is now in Chicago, and he got most of the third down reps when he was healthy last season. DJ Dallas showed last year that he's capable of doing it. He's improved in pass protection, a former receiver, so he's got soft hands. But Kenny McIntosh brings a different dynamic to that position. He actually has played out of the slot. He's an outside receiver. And I know the testing doesn't show it, but on film, you see a guy that's got explosiveness with football in his hand. And he's in the country for running back and receiving yards last year. Georgia used him as a big part of their passing game. For a little guy, he can pass protect. So I think those 2 guys, and you can throw Charbonnet in there too. Charbonnet is a solid pass protector when he's had his opportunities. Didn't do it a lot at UCLA, but he also had 30-plus receptions last year. Really soft hands. Maybe not as personal in terms of moving him around the formation as what Kenny McIntosh or even DJ Dallas is, but all 3 of those guys could be in the mix for that third down role. Maybe even Brian Kovac, as you mentioned, coming out of Toledo. He's a hell of an athlete, and he can catch the football a little bit. So that's third down.
And a chance for them to nudge in front. Marvellous anticipation.
Bear that decision as well, where all these guys have been in
And possession given
away.
away.
I got tight ends at last too, just because.
A good effective pressure high up the pitch.
Really good.
And the referee has awarded the free kick. He tried to play advantage, but it wasn't forthcoming.
Kobe Parkinson's got more snaps than what Noah Fant did the last 3 games.
And a strong tackle. And it's with Isaac. Can he put them in front? Oh, a stellar piece of defending.
But Parkinson is especially noticeable. If he's better as an in-line blocker,
well, the pass not finding its target.
And we know that they were getting the ball in the red zone. So that competition, those guys are going to play. All 3 of the tight ends are going to play. The question is, who's going to get the most?
It's a good-looking ball in behind. Wonderful chance. And there it is, 1-0. Their efforts have been rewarded. And look at the celebrations.
In the first round, they're going to be playing a lot more around personnel as well. And the country snaps.
So underway.
In training camp. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, Corbin Smith NFL. You can follow Rob at Rob Rang. Make sure to subscribe and follow Locked On Seahawks on YouTube or wherever you listen to your podcast to ensure you don't miss a single episode. Coming up tomorrow, we'll be 1 day away from the start of training camp. We'll be diving into key defensive storylines, ranking defensive competitions, really tasty position battles coming up on that side of the football heading into the 2023 season, and much more. You won't want to miss it. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, and thanks for listening. Go on.
There's nothing more powerful than you making your thing happen. Really going for it. Doing business on your terms. Giving it your all. Making a difference. And loving what you do. Every single day. Feeling fearless, fulfilled, free. When there's nothing holding you back. What would your thing be?
Not a great pass.
With training camp just around the corner,
and there the move will end because it's offside. Close though. Tremendous intuition to win it back. And it's Harry Kane on the run. And there's the feed into the box. Over the byline, hence a goal kick.
Podcast Network. Your team every day.
Fikayo Tomori. Really good challenge.
Greetings, 12. This is Corbin Smith, host of the Locked On Seahawks.
Can they forge ahead? Putting them under the course. And the goalkeeper under no pressure.
And a special thanks to all the 12s out there, whether you are listening in Germany or you're listening nearby.
Well, they did have the ball, but not anymore.
Your first listen, 5 days a week. We're going to continue our training camp preview today, going to the tight end position. About players on the hot seat, offensive side of the football.
Far from a good pass.
Training camps. Without further ado, let's get to it. Now, for the story here on this bonus episode of Locked On Seahawks. In the past, Seahawks have had several big-name veterans that have received the pink slip at the end of training camp. Sometimes they've been surprising, sometimes they've been predictable. But veterans coming into training camp have to be
opportunity! And a goal! Now they have their opener, and now they can celebrate.
Free agent signings. When the players join the team, veterans have been susceptible, and this year no different now.
We're back underway, and 1-0 it is. Let's see what happens next.
They could be on the hot seat, a little bit on the roster bubble heading into training camp.
This looks promising out wide. Defensive roadblock in the way of that cross.
I mean, admit, I actually had a kind of hard time with this one.
Harry Kane waits. And still dangerous.
That are on the roster feels like they're
James
pretty well set, but
a gift for any goalkeeper.
You can make some strong arguments for players that have been on the team the last couple of years that they might not necessarily be a lot in this football team when they play.
And it's with Isaac.
And let's go into the running back position first, especially talking about rookies. The position that was drafted twice in this past draft was running back.
Can he find the right pass?
And Kenny McIntosh, which unfortunately puts DJ Dallas in a much more
Foden. Superb block on the back of the ball from the flank.
for that third down passing down role, and he was fighting time.
And the Ducks have possession again.
Now this time, the Seahawks are bringing in two backs that have experience with passing down rules, that Covenant and Kane McIntosh, especially McIntosh. And again, this is really unfortunate as Dallas had
did well to win the ball back.
Last year,
on a clear foul, but the referee letting the play flow.
He showed the ability to actually attack that.
Great block. Splendid tackle, and the outcome is a corner here.
Whether it's coveraging, whether it's returning, he's done it all, and he's been on all facets of the team, and that's
James. Foden. Looked as though they had attacking momentum, but not so.
To that position. And another guy is Joey Hunt.
Renan Lodi. And across the touchline, so a throw in here.
And it's going to be tough because only a team is going to be coming in.
And very deftly cut out.
The offense are extremely excited about that. And not only that, Evan Brown coming in from the line is going to be at the center spot. But Evan Brown also has the ability to play guard. So injuries are always going to be a question mark. And Joey Hunt, he's been in Seattle twice now. This is his second stint in the NFL for 6 seasons now.
And an astute piece of defending.
He brings the grit and the toughness that you want in a backup lineman and a guy that you just want as a rotation. Now, is he really going to get rotated now?
And a good-looking ball. Still not clear.
Somebody that could potentially make the roster and is on that edge.
Well, that's the end of that for now.
But due to other people on the interior line.
Hernandez. Well, that's a foul, and it sets up a free kick in a dangerous position.
Then Seahawks are going to have the right guard and slide Evan Brown to right guard.
Well, no way to put a positive spin on that one. Disappointing.
Well, I don't think he'll be on the next free kick, will he? That wasn't good at all.
You do raise a really valid point. Joey Hunt had started.
And they'll get ready for the throw-in.
The Seahawks know what he can bring to the table. They know what his limitations are.
Foden. And space to cross it. Well, they couldn't do anything positive with the cross.
The year that he started in place of Justin Britain. He's undersized. Again, there's limitations. But that would maybe be an avenue for him to get on this football team. But he is definitely an adventurous on the hot seat. I think Dallas...
Can he put them in front? Oh no, he's missed the opportunity, and they remain level.
Well, he just lacked composure there, didn't he? They should be ahead now.
He's improved in pass protection. He's one of their best specialties players.
Untidy on the ball.
I still think that he has this football team, but unlike last year where I felt like he was a lot going in, I think with Kenny McIntosh and particularly McIntosh, he has those skills.
He read it well defensively.
He is a guy that can really be effective in passing. He's an underrated pass protector. So if McIntosh...
Oh, he's through here.
Seattle might not kill one.
What the fuck are you doing, Uzi?
Well, he got his angles absolutely right. What a good save that is.
For my two players on the hot seat, I'm going to start with the guy that's on the hot seat because he hasn't been available. And that is Diaz.
Well, they stopped them in their tracks.
We saw some this offseason. He had his first
and he's made headway.
Oh my God, it was...
He went for power over placement.
Well, you're right. He decided to go for the power, which in the end he couldn't control. He'll be furious with himself. That's a big miss.
Possession one. And he's in.
Oh, who's it? I like that goal, though. That was a nice goal.
And back on the...
Where he's been out with concussions, so he hasn't been able to get in a rhythm. But he's definitely on the hot seat now because you've got Jackson Smith-Njigba, you've got Tariq Young, you got a couple really intriguing undrafted players in Matt Landers and Jake Bobo. You got Cody Thompson back, Kate Johnson's back. There is a lot of talent on this receiving core that is going to be gunning for one of those roster spots. And Eskridge is not just going to make the team because he was a second-round pick. So I do think the hot seat is definitely on him. And Jake Curhan is the other player that I'm going to go with. And it kind of stems off the argument you were making. And Curhan's like DJ Dallas for me. I'm a big fan. I love what he did as a starter, filling in for Brandon Shell a couple years ago. I thought when he played last season, he looked really out of place at guard. but that seems to be where the Seahawks are viewing him right now as a reserve guard. The problem is, because Evan Brown can play guard, and you've got Phil Haynes, you've got Bradford, I just don't know that there is necessarily going to be a spot. It is possible that the Seahawks could keep just 4 interior offensive linemen, and they may keep only 3 tackles. And if they do that, Jake Curhan is the odd man out, because Stone Forsythe is going to be the backup tackle. He's going to be your swing tackle. And then you've got, in the interior, you've got Oluwatimi Brown. You might keep 5 interior guys, but you're still not going to have a spot for Jake Curhan. So
outrageously skillful. Foden. James. Here's Kane. Can't miss, surely. A smart stop here.
Is better on the tackle, but there are some athletic limitations there that Stone Forsythe does not have. He is better suited to play both tackle positions.
Weston McKennie.
I would say that Eskridge and Curhan are probably
here's Hernandez.
I think for different reasons are potentially
failed to keep hold of it. Into the advanced position, and he's broken free. And there it is, the opening goal, 1-0, and they'll feel they deserve it.
That amount, that $200, that's right. You spend $20 or you'll win, and you'll win $200 in bonus bet literally. That $200 betting everything from the money line over under.
So the crack
you think is going to hit the first home run. It's all in an app that's safe, secure, and super easy to use. Plus, when you win, you can get paid instantly. There's no better place to bet on Major League Baseball than FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. So sign up today and visit FanDuel.com/lockedon to get $200 in bonus bets. That's FanDuel.com/lockedon. FanDuel, official partner of Major League Baseball. You're listening to the bonus edition here of Locked On Seahawks. I'm your host, Coleman Smith. Glad to be joined for today's show by my co-host, Dallas Cooper. And a special thanks to all the 12s out there. We greatly appreciate you making Locked On Seahawks your first listen 5 days a week. For our everydayers out there, we'll have our Blue Friday episode coming tomorrow. I'll be joining Nick Lee. We'll continue our Forecast Friday series with Ken Walker III on offense and Bobby Wagner coming back to Seattle on defense. You won't want to miss a jam-packed episode. Let's continue our training camp preview. It's hard to believe, Dallas, but we are just a little over 2 weeks away.
In with a chance. Excellent assessment of the situation at the back. Oh, he's really opened them up here. Blocking it. He might yet finish. Isaac. Can they forge ahead? They do. And you've got to say they're good value for the lead. Well, on they go again. Goal conceded by the Magpies. Let's see if that shakes them up. That's what you call defending from the front. Possibilities here. Surely, majestic piece of goalkeeping.
Well, he loves the big moments.
Tyler Mabry, and yet with Jackson Smith and Jigba now entering the mix, another stud running back, Zach Charbonnet. I mean, there's one football on the field. I just don't know necessarily that the production is going to be able to match the talent in this position group. And that, to me, is the essential question. Is the production going to be able to match the talent? Because I think it's going to be tricky to do that unless there's some injuries at other positions, just because I don't know how many targets are actually going to go to these tight ends.
I think to determine how successful they are this season, it's not going to be based off of volume stats. What it's going to be based off of what this tight end group is going to be efficiency. How efficiency is the offense moving when multiple tight ends are on the field, when there's one tight end on the field, depending on which tight end is on the field. That's going to be the big factor in determining how successful this tight end group is. But going back to how important they were this past season and how impactful they were, and you were right, Kobe.
He takes aim. A gift for any goalkeeper.
Tight ends were impactful. And as impactful as the Seahawks trio. And
Foden.
Let's not even put out the numbers. Let's go
room
back
to maneuver on the wing. It needs an accurate cross.
Nobody thought the Seahawks.
And it's with Isaac. Must take the lead here.
Now, what's
Let's go, Isaac. You are a man. You are a fucking man, Isaac.
Everyone believed that they had a chance at beating Russell Wilson in that point. And they did. And that set precedent to the entire
Action underway.
Was that guy. And even going back to his rookie season, early in that season, he was going off too. Will Disley has consistently, when healthy, been a great player and a great receiver. The health is the biggest question mark and how much potential he really has because of the now he's not as big of a factor and everything else. But also let's factor in a guy like Noah Fant who tied his career high with 4 touchdowns. Now Corbin, I don't think the volume stats are going to be that great, and because as you said, there's only going to be one ball. But in terms of efficiency, I think this tight end group is going to be top 5 in the league.
I think that they still could be in terms of talent. I just think that the national narrative is not going to match that because the numbers aren't there, and that's what people are going to look at. But these tight ends, all 3 of them, and we can say all 4. Tyler Mabry is a capable player, but he has not been able to get onto the active roster consistently because of 3 players that we just
plenty of room in the wide area.
Parkinson is the player in this group that I still think.
Now he must favour the cross. No, just the tackle that was needed.
You could move all over the place, but when you have a 6'7" target that can run like a gazelle,
he continues his run.
And I just think he is the
and the ball back with the Vipers now.
When I look at where these tight ends can really have an impact,
now able to close down the shot.
It's the touchdown department. And Colby Parkinson in specific, he is the one.
Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out.
He creates for linebackers, corners, safeties, you name it. He's too quick for most linebackers, and he's too big for most corners and safeties. And so that is a matchup problem that I don't feel like they have exploited enough. I didn't think they did it last year. I feel like he should be one of Gino's go-to targets when they are inside the 20s because that gives them a chance to get a touchdown. Just let him high point the football. There are very few guys in the league that are going to be able to defend that. So I really look at this entire group of Parkinson being the headliner. I don't think the receptions are going to be there compared to a lot of their peers because there's just not going to be a lot of targets, and that's going to limit the receiving yards. I don't know if there's going to be a lot of big plays from this group, though Parkinson and Fant stretch the seam, but sometimes Disley can really surprise you doing that too. He just kind of sneaks out there. I just think defense don't expect
perfect challenge.
And then, he just do that. He's wide open. But all 3 of these guys can't create those plays, but I think
he has teammates around him.
Impact may be noticed is being touchdown balls.
Can he convert? Superb block. Oh, a vital interception. And in with a real chance.
Tight ends having more productivity when they are inside the 20s this year. That would be a big win for the Seahawks. That was one of the things they weren't as efficient at finishing inside the 20s. Get your tight ends involved, and that's going to open things up for the rest of your offense. So that really, to me, is the wild card. How many touchdowns does this group score? I don't expect a ton of
a smooth challenge. Now, will the referee produce a card?
Number 12, just because of the talent they bring to the table, and the fact that the Seahawks struggled there last year, it feels like that's what they improve their red zone protection.
And support available. Well, the fans really want him to shoot. Can he put them in front? Yes is the emphatic answer. And you have to say it was on the cards.
Rafinha! You know how to say his goddamn name.
Well, as you can see, he's a great talent. What a run, what a goal, and what a play he is.
Ground as well, who was also formerly in a Seattle town. That should remind Seattle fans all too well of him. And Parkinson just has that ceiling that you were talking about. None of the other tight ends on the roster really have it.
No, they
honestly,
don't. No, we don't. Parkinson is that dude.
Receivers really are a threat in the red zone, like Parkinson. The soft hands, the size. He has everything you're looking for. They just need to take advantage of that.
Yeah, they've got to scheme it. That's really what it boils down to. And Gino, I feel like last year there were a few times he wanted to pull the trigger to Colby Parkinson, but he wasn't quite sure if the window was there. Parkinson is one of those guys where you can throw the ball like you're throwing it over everybody's head, like you're throwing it out of the back of the end zone, and Parkinson might catch it because he's like Yao Ming's height in terms of NFL. He's a big guy, so you can really let him climb the ladder, or even in this case, just let him reach his hands up on the ladder because he's probably still on the ground. He creates such an issue for opposing defenses. So that would be one thing last year that really frustrated me watching this offense. I just felt like we can really get these tight ends involved more, and yet there were games where they just disappeared and weren't schemed in. And I feel like inside the red zone, that was especially noticeable. And Fant's a player that can do some damage down there. Will Dissly's got a history of being good in the red zone, though it's been hit and miss in terms of targets, but he's been very efficient with those opportunities. So all three of those guys. And if Tyler Mabry plays, he has one catch in his career in the red zone, and it was a touchdown. So all of these guys are capable, and that makes, that shows the kind of talent we're looking at here. But again, I think that we're in agreement here that the targets are probably not going to be there for this group, any of these guys, to put up career numbers or anything of that nature. And even as a collective group, they might have a difficult time getting to the number of receptions and yards they had last year. Touchdowns, that might be the one area where we could see this tight end group improve. And of course, something's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but these guys impact the running back stats. All three of them improved as blockers, especially Colby Parkinson, who might have been their best blocking tight end last year overall. I'm not kidding you. He was fantastic last season in that department. So this is a group, Dallas, that we consider the blocking and all that dirty work that they do, the schematic flexibility in terms of formations. They can run a lot more three tight end sets. I don't know that we're going to see a lot of those this year. Smith goes in town, but they just open up the offense a lot. And with all these guys capable of doing a little bit of everything, really all around tight ends, they are invaluable pieces of the offense. It just might not show up in the stat sheet this year.
And that's really going to be a shame that it doesn't show up in the stat sheet, because on any other team that has less weapons on the receiving core and running back, it would show up. As we saw this past season, Geno Smith is an absolute threat over the middle of the field. Geno Smith is willing to throw into tight windows in the intermediate, especially on those seam routes. And who would be excellent on those seam routes that we always see Geno Smith ripping to? Colby Parkinson. That would be a perfect seam threat, right over the linebacker, right underneath the safety, right in between both for a touchdown. Geno's going to be attempting those windows as he did this past season. It's just this season, is it going to be receivers or is it going to be tight ends now going to be in those positions?
That's a really good point, because I think Jackson Smith-Njigba is a guy that, running from the slot, you're going to be throwing a lot of hits across the middle. You're going to be throwing a lot of drags and crossers, and he's going to occasionally run a seam route, or he's going to run a fade from the slot. He will do that sometimes, but I do wonder if that is going to impact the tight end targets, because he's going to be getting some of those receptions in the same areas of the field that the tight ends did that last year. So that is a really good point, but we can agree it's a talented position group. It's a group that isn't going to probably get the acclaim that it deserves, because they're going to be doing a lot of things that don't show up on a stat sheet. Might not have the best receiving numbers individually or as a unit, but collectively this group is still going to be very important for the Seahawks' success to be able to score a lot of points this year and meet their expectations of maybe making a deep playoff run. This would be a group that would be heavily involved in making that happen. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, Corbin Smith NFL. You can follow Dallas at Dallas C. Cooper. Subscribe and follow Locked On Seahawks on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you don't miss a single episode. Coming up tomorrow, I'll be joined by Nick Lee. The two of us from Blue Friday will continue our Forecast Friday series, looking at Ken Walker III and Bobby Wagner. Plus, we'll be dishing out our rankings for the Seahawks defensive position groups. Should be a fun episode. You won't want to miss it. Thanks for listening in. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Go Hawks.
You're late for work. The door. You need to unlock the door. You need to find a key. It's empty. It's empty. There's nothing in it. There's something strange in the garden. Sorry, this guy can't talk. A flower pot. A pot with a flower in it. Come on.
didn't know I had you over there, Henry. 90 pace.
It's possible also, that's not quite fair because it's possible to have a successful day three pick without them becoming immediate Pro Bowl stars. And in fact, I went back to the last three drafts that have played season, at least 2020, 2021, and 2022 draft classes. Three Bowl classes, only 4 day three picks have become Pro Bowlers. So that's about 1 per year around the whole league. Tariq Woolen was that last year. So Tyler Biadasz from the Cowboys, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Talanoa Hufanga, and Tariq Woolen are the only 4, as far as I can tell, of the day three draft picks in the last 3 drafts to become Pro Bowlers so far. So that being said, if I had to pick one this year to become, kind of a diamond in the rough, so to speak, rise above their day three status and become, a stud, it's Olo Olawutimi. I mean, the center out of Michigan. I think that I don't think he'll threaten, to win Offensive Rookie of the Year. I don't know how a center could possibly be in that discussion just by circumstances. He might disagree, and I kind of do too. But I could see a world where he's entrenched as a starter very early this season and possibly a Pro Bowler within the first 2-3 seasons, much like Tyler Biadasz in Dallas, who became a starter, pretty much a full-time starter in year 2, and then was a Pro Bowler last year, his 3rd season as a starter at center. I could see that being a situation for Olawutimi, and that'd be intriguing to me.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a Michigan too, but not the same one. If we're talking about Pro Bowl, I find it hard to believe, and I'm a believer in Olawutimi. Those that listen to our podcast know that I think he's going to start week 1. I think he's going to win the starting job. But I think Mike Morris has the potential to be the best Seahawks made. And this is just coming from me watching him on the practice field. And I know we haven't put the pads on yet, and maybe he won't be impressive at all when we get to the actual football in August. I just don't see that happening, though. I see a kid that at 6'6", around 300 pounds. He doesn't look like he weighs 300 pounds. He looks like he's 270, 275. And he's just a mountain of a man. And then you watch the quickness. He's not fast to play off edge, but as a 3-tech, this dude has elite athleticism. And I'm just really excited to see what he can do penetrating gaps, playing that 3-tech position. I think with the depth concern Seattle has there, I think Mike Morris is going to play a lot as the season progresses. He might even end up being a starter down the line by the end of the year. So it would really be a reach to say he's going to make the Pro Bowl, but if he's starting games at the end of the season, this guy's getting a bunch of tackles for loss and sacks, which I think his skill set, his athleticism lends itself to. I think pass rushing is going to be where he's at his best early. Those are the things that lead to Pro Bowls, those kind of numbers in the sacks and tackles for loss department. So it's a dark horse pick. I don't know if there's a guy on this team that can do it for this draft class to be a Pro Bowler, but Morris is playing a position where you can get those sexy stats to be able to become a Pro Bowler. Our next question coming from Bryce on YouTube. Do you think we should bring back Alex Magoo after what he's done in the USFL? Are you surprised at the success he's having? I would have laughed at this question a few weeks ago, Nick, but Magoo's got 20 touchdowns and 5 interceptions in the USFL right now. He is probably the MVP of the league so far.
Yeah, I'm still going to kind of laugh at it a little bit because it's Alex Magoo, and we kind of had this process with him, and we just against fringe practice squad guys mostly, and I've never doubted that he's of the 3rd, 4th quarterback depth chart kind of guys. He is pretty talented, and but I think the Seahawks have vetted this out a little bit. I actually not known so much as a knock on Alex, but I really like Holt Neighbors. I do. As the 3rd quarterback, he said I think I read he was 11th all time in FPS for career passing yards. I mean, he put up video game numbers at East Carolina for my BYU Cougars. That was a tough watch, but he's an extremely efficient, productive quarterback at ECU. So mainly it's because I actually kind of like him as being the practice squad 3rd quarterback kind of guy for now, and of course Drew Lock is a pretty quality backup. So Alex Magoo, good for him. He should get all the accolades that come with being the best player in the USFL, perhaps, but I'm not sure we should go that far.
Yeah, this is not the USFL from the 80s where you were competing against Jim Kelly and Steve Young and some of those guys. It's a different league. So congrats to him. He's doing a great job there. And I hope this leads to another opportunity for him. I'm with you. I think Holt Holmgren is a superior player at this point. And we've already seen what Magoo can do in this NFL competition. Next question from Marcus on YouTube. How do you see Kenny McIntosh impacting how many receivers Seattle keeps with his positional flexibility? Could that steal a spot away at that position? I think this is an excellent question because McIntosh has played a little bit on the outside and in the slot. He does have some receiver capabilities. That being said, I don't think that's something the Seahawks are going to do a lot with him. So I don't think his ability to catch the football and move around the formation, I don't think that is going to impact how many receivers the Seahawks keep. I think if special teams come into play and you've got 6 receivers that you want to keep on the 53, then you keep 6 guys. And Kenny McIntosh can still contribute on special teams as well. So I don't think this has a bearing on the decision-making process at the receiver position. I would say if you have a 4th tight end that emerges, the tight end would be more likely maybe would move somebody off that receiving depth chart being on the roster. But I don't think McIntosh is going to be a guy that's going to have much sway on that going into training camp. Brendan tweets, if the Seahawks are so keen on playing Mike Jackson, why not see if he can play in the slot since you invested such high pick in Witherspoon? Am I crazy thinking it is a non-starter to discuss anybody but Witherspoon starting across from Woolen? This is a good question, Nick, but I think you and I probably are the same viewpoint here why this is not a possibility, at least the first part of this question.
Right, yeah, and just to answer your second part, yeah, it's you're not crazy to think that this is I think at least it's a non-starter just because of the draft capital that you invested. If he's not your starter week 1, I think that's a disappointment. Just with the draft,
Hey, what the fuck other position?
And I do think you got to keep Mike Jackson. I don't think that's something. I don't think that's a guy you can kind of cast aside quite yet. I think the cornerback room is certainly deeper than when Mike Jackson was playing and starting last year. But yeah, I'm going to more focus on the second part and say if Devin Witherspoon is healthy and not starting opposite Tariq Woolen week 1, I'm extremely disappointed.
Yeah, and I think personally that Jackson just doesn't necessarily have the skill set to play inside. I would worry about him having to do two-way defense where he doesn't have the boundary. I think he is a pure boundary corner with his size, his length, his physicality. There's some things I think he could do inside, but I would worry about the quickness going to the slot receiver. And I think Seattle's got a number of guys that are better fits in there. So he's a really good depth piece to have on the outside if one of your outside guys.
No, I didn't mean to change him to left wing. Damn it.
Play at a high level. So that is a good problem to have. And the last question here coming from Sarah tweets, in your opinions, which second-year player is the biggest wild card for this team? So from that heralded draft class a year ago, Nick, who is the biggest wild card in your opinion going into year 2 here in 2023?
I kind of looked at this more as a positive light than a negative one, where maybe a guy that broke out in 2022 might regress. I'm not going to focus more on that. I'll focus on a guy that kind of went under the radar last year, some of it outside of his control, that I think could springboard into a solid sophomore season. That's Tariq Smith, the rusher. I think he's a guy that I think the coaches are still pretty bullish on as well. I think that edge, defensive end room is really browning into form. So I'm going to go on the route of maybe a guy that didn't make a huge impact last year that could this year, and that's Tariq Smith, more so than maybe one of the solid rookies from last year regressing.
Yeah, he's going to have a Darrell Taylor type opportunity to play all of his rookie season because of injury. So we haven't got to see what he can do. The Seahawks still seem to be pretty enthused about him. He would be the natural selection for that one, but I'm actually going to go. This is going to surprise some people because I know that Jackson Smith-Njigba has been added to this football team. I know that D. Eskridge is still here, but I'm going to say Derek Young for this one because I think Derek Young, he brings a unique skill set that nobody else in that receiving corps can bring. He can play fullback. He had a couple really nice blocks at fullback last year. And I just think his ability to block, and he's got untapped potential as a guy that you just get the ball to him and let him go to work with his size and his athleticism. I don't know there's a lot of offensive snaps available for him there, but I think he's still going to be a very good special teams player. I can see him being involved a little bit with jet sweeps. He might get to return some kicks this year. There's a lot of different things you can do.
Best 89 overall goalkeepers, FIFA 23. Best 89 overall goalkeepers, FIFA 23. God damn it. I might as well just type it. Best 89 overall goalkeepers, FIFA 23.
The best goalkeepers in FIFA 23. 5, we've got Manan. He's 20k and he's 6'3". I've personally never used him, but he's always been solid when I've come up against him. Next, we've got Allison. He's lengthy, but that doesn't matter. He's 6'3", and his reflexes are genuinely incredible. And for 45k, he's very good value and one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Number 3 is from my cheapos. It's got to be Emi Martinez. He's 4,000 coins. He's 6'5", and he is an absolute monster. I used him in my team until I found number 2, who is David De Gea, and he is phenomenal. He's 6'4", one of the best shot stoppers in the game. His reflexes are insane, and to me, he saves everything. Make sure you're following and tell me what price point next. And number 1 is Courtois. Now. This man is insane. The best goalkeepers in FIFA 23. 5, we've got Manan. He's 20k and he's 6'3". I've personally never used him, but he's always been solid when I've come up against him. Next, we've got Allison. He's lengthy, but that doesn't matter. He's 6'3", and his reflexes are genuinely incredible. And for 45k, he's very good value and one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Number 3 is from my cheapos. It's got to be Emi Martinez. He's 4,000 coins. He's 6'5", and he is an absolute monster. I used him in my team until I found number 2, who is David De Gea, and he is phenomenal. He's 6'4", one of the best shot stoppers in the game. His reflexes are insane, and to me, he saves everything. Make sure you're following and tell me what price point next. And number 1 is Courtois. Now. This man is insane. The best goalkeepers in FIFA 23. 5, we've got Manan. He's 20k and he's 6'3". I've personally never used him, but he's always been solid when I've come up against him. Next, we've got Allison. He's lengthy, but that doesn't matter. He's 6'3", and his reflexes are genuinely incredible. And for 45k, he's very good value and one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Number 3 is from my cheapos. It's got to be Emi Martinez. He's 4,000 coins. He's 6'5", and he is an absolute monster. I used him in my team until I found number 2, who is David De Gea, and he is phenomenal. He's 6'4", one of the best shot stoppers in the game. His reflexes are insane, and to me, he saves everything. Make sure you're following and tell me what price point next. And number 1 is Courtois. Now. This man is insane. The best goalkeepers in FIFA 23. 5, we've got Manan. He's 20k and he's 6'3". I've personally never used him, but he's always been solid when I've come up against him. Next, we've got Allison. He's lengthy, but that doesn't matter. He's 6'3", and his reflexes are genuinely incredible. And for 45k, he's very good value and one of the best goalkeepers in the game. Number 3 is from my cheapos. It's got to be Emi Martinez. He's 4,000 coins. He's 6'5", and he is an absolute monster. I used him in my team until I found number 2, who is David De Gea, and he...
He said, "Where you gone? Your ass out of here, Jack." I didn't know you could play striker, skill moves, and you got a weak foot. That's how you got you out there.
I did fucking put him in the job and I put him in a better position. Look at the fucking state of that. I give him fucking a quarter of the goal to shoot at and he still scored. Bro, look at that. Look at that. I don't think I could have put him any more in the fucking corner. This is the AI's positioning, right? This is where I put him. I fucking moved him literally in the corner.
So Jack Ballard is
and he still fucking scored. He still fucking scored. I did fucking put him in the job and I put him in a better position. Look at the fucking state of that. I give him fucking a quarter of the goal to shoot.
It doesn't have to be a dream. With L certified by Lexus. Exclusively your Lexus dealer.
Winter Wildcard is back, and today we've picked out Jack Butland, who is a five-star goalkeeper. We'll take a quick look at the card. Now, apparently his accelerate is lengthy. He has the high and average body type. He's possibly just under 50k. He will probably be at this card price with an 89 rated. But he's 6'5", really good height for a goalkeeper. He's 5-star. Obviously, he is a goalkeeper. It's only position we are going to play him, obviously. But just be interesting to see how good this card is in game. Now, me personally, I always like to keep a basic on goalkeepers because, as you can see, it pushes more or less all of his stats into the 90s. He's got really good acceleration, so I'm interested to see how quickly he's off his line. Really good positioning as well. Obviously, if you are a regular FIFA player and you played the game of FIFA 17 and 18, Jack Butland was one of the best goalkeepers on the game. He's only like 82 rated or something stupid like that, but he was really insane. So he has no player traits at all. Obviously, with goalkeepers, it's all about the animations. How do they save stuff? Do they come out for crosses? So obviously, like I said, it doesn't have any player traits, so depending on what player instructions you put on the card, obviously that's what he will do. I always like to keep my goalkeepers cautious with crosses. I don't really want them coming out. I quite like to control my goalkeeper. Obviously, I choose an R3. That's entirely up to you whether you do that or not. So we're going to play a few games with Jack Butland. Let's see how we get on. Nice save from Butland. 1v1. Obviously, he was being pressured by the striker, so it means he didn't have as much time as normal. Got to tackle him just in time. A final verdict on Jack Butland. Now, this is a really nice goalkeeper, I'm not going to lie. I've really enjoyed using him. He's quick off the line, to be honest with you. Really good card. Now, if I go through the stats, his diving's good enough. Obviously, the animations are good. 9 times out of 10, he does push the ball wide, which with some keepers on this game, it doesn't always happen. Sometimes they push it into the middle and set other guys up. I didn't really have this too much with Butland. There's maybe once or twice that happened, but not that much in the games that I did play with him. His kicking's really good as well, as you can see. He's able to pick out passes, obviously with left foot and right foot. Really good. Obviously, it does help when your goalkeeper is 5-star, obviously. And the main thing as well that I always like on the goalkeeper is speed. I quite keep my defensive line quite high. My depth is around 65, 70. So, again, you're going to need that goalkeeper's come off his line, need him to be quick. But 82 acceleration, obviously, with the basic on, puts him up to 86. Decent sprint speed as well. You know, this is going to be a really nice card. Obviously, it does say that he has a lengthy accelerator as well, so coming off the line is going to be really good for this card. I didn't really see anything that was odd with him, if that makes sense. You know, he was never really in the wrong position. The goals that he conceded because you expect to concede those type of goals. I wouldn't say he's like the best goalkeeper I've ever used, but I'd say he's a good goalkeeper depending on what type of team you have. So Butland is a really good goalkeeper, as you've known from previous FIFAs. Obviously, this is more or less like a little bit of a flashback. Obviously, it's a winter wildcard from FIFA 17 and FIFA 18, where he's so overpowering. And yeah, I really enjoyed using this card. Obviously, linking him in is not going to be too hard. He's English. He plays in the Premier League. Obviously, Crystal Palace is not going to be an easy team to link cards in with. Obviously, there is a Zaha card. He had a rule breaker card. So again, that's a strong link to that. But other than that, you know, you have got a really nice goalkeeper here. Now, is Butland working in your team? I'm going to say 100% yes. He's going to be at discard price. Like I said, I bought him for 48k. He's not been out too long. He's obviously probably going to drop to about 25, 30k. I'm not too sure how much 89 rated fodder is. but he's probably going to be at a fodder rate anyway. But again, we've got a really nice card, 6'5" rated goalkeeper. He doesn't have any traits, but for me that doesn't really matter. Sometimes too many traits on a goalkeeper, it makes him do stupid animations in game. You know, really good animations, really strong goalkeeper, sturdy goalkeeper. He saves the shots you expect him to save, and that's what I can say about him. He didn't make nothing miraculous. He saved the shots I expect him to save. You can see with the goals I probably would expect him to concede, and that's probably where I'm at with him. So I'm going to give Butler the rain out.
Nuestro nuevo amor de verano, la pizza delgada de Little Caesars.
Te amo, Cindy. Hey, hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Cómo están, chicos? Yo soy Baxi y sean bienvenidos a un nuevo video del canal. Sean bienvenidos a un nuevo video.
I done fucked around and went to a damn Spanish channel.
Maybe if you do want it to, but other than Mike Nan. Hopefully I am pronouncing that right. Yes, the 89 rated goalkeeper from AC Milan gets himself an amazing card, and we're going to be testing him out today in Ultimate Team. He is always overpowered, so I'm very excited to try him out. I did face him when I was reviewing, what's his name, Fakir, and he was stopping everything, and that is a big reason why I wanted to try him out today, to show you how good he is. He just got 70,000 coins. He's 6'3", 1-star, 4-star. That is pretty good, right-footed. Obviously, goalkeeper and the attribute details is not much more to say. Great diving, great handling, great kicking, great reflexes, and great positioning. I've opted and gone ahead and applied, just left them on basic, actually. I just left them on basic. I think that is the way to go. You could also do glove, maybe, if you do.
Okay,
In the comments below, let me know who is your favourite goalkeeper in FIFA 23. Also, let me know who is that one goalkeeper who you absolutely hate coming up against. Everyone's got one. Who is it? Let me know in the comments down below. In this video today, I'm going to give you the top 10 best goalkeepers in FIFA 23 Ultimate Team in my opinion. Now, we're about a month into the game, but I change my team so often. I've managed to try out so many goalkeepers, so hopefully I can give you guys some good opinions on the card we're about to discuss. Also, with us being so early in the game, there aren't too many special goalkeepers.
It's tier list season, ladies and gentlemen, when we are approaching the end of the FIFA cycle. We are going to obviously rate it.
I'll be right back. We're gonna rate these FIFA cycles. That's all this. Oh, you're only 6'2". What is it? 6'4". They say you the best shit on. Trap. Say Mindy nice too. How tall is Mindy? 6'6". I did not mean to put that on him, damn it. What the hell is wrong with you, man? All right, let's go. That's what we ride with. What's going on, Srichu? How you doing? I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm just learning how to really play this shit, really. The heck is all this? That's it. What am I gonna do with any of this? I need to play contracts, I guess. Player contracts. The hell? I guess I can't get shit off. I guess we can't get it. Alright, what I'm supposed to do here? What? Score Cisco using a player with a minimum age. I gotta have 3 Italian players in my damn rivals. Oh, okay. So this is that. Okay, we good then. I'm about to get you. Yes. Alright, the fuck? Where the fuck? Do. Custom tactics. We got good. My 5-4, 4-2-2-1, 4-2-2-2, 3-4-2-1. Yeah, man, I'm gonna try to get it in. I'm gonna try to get it in. I think everything's straight. I think we're good. I did enough studying. I've been studying all day, man. Learning lineups, how to set this shit up. And I'm finna see what I get and be sorry as hell. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. All right, I'm about to get it in. I'm in here. I'm about to play some FIFA. Don't bother me, girl. Don't bother me. Do not. Do not bother me.
And rank the best cards.
And roll this.
Goalkeepers now. Before I get into
We'll be ready to go.
my protein shake.
Hey, where you from, my boy?
Guy that's absolutely livid for people having insane unbeatable teams. Are you just itching to try to get the best FIFA 23?
You play FIFA?
Well, with the most reliable coins, use MMO EXP.
You can help me out. Give me some tips, man. What I need to be doing.
FIFA 23 FUT coins by using code META. You can save yourself 5%. Link is at the top of my description. MMO EXP, that is. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me if you guys are still rocking with FIFA. Obviously, the new trailer has been released. It looks amazing, will not lie. There's a lot of ongoing debate with the women in World Cup, in the new FIFA cycle. Actually, EFC, I'm going to get used to that. Obviously, a lot of people don't enjoy it. Some do, so we'll see, man. The main thing is pro clubs being cross-platform, you know. I love pro clubs, man. If you just jamming with the mates, it is the best thing right there. Tell me if you guys are excited, though, for the new title of, obviously, the new EAFC game. But nonetheless, we're going to jump into it, man. If you know how the series works, I rate/rank the best players.
I got to pull my damn... My damn shadow. Just wing it. That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna wing it. I'm finna wing it like a motherfucker. I'm finna roll this goddamn gas up. I'm pulling my chat up real quick on my stream. Somebody finna kick my ass. I know that's what's gonna happen, but we in it. We gonna get it. If they lose to me, they ain't good. Cause I can tell you straight up, I don't know what I'm doing. There I go. There go the chat. I've been watching FIFA videos all night. I've been watching FIFA videos all night. You play now and then, yeah. I used to play. I know the basics though. I know some of the basics. But I doubt if I can shoot and shit. All right, let's ride. We ready. We ready. Boom, boom. Oh. What happened? I be playing, man. I play everything, man. I really stream on like Madden. I play 2K. I've been playing this like the last 3 days or so. Why that bitch kick me out of there? I know like 3 or 4 players. That's about it. I don't know who nobody is. I'm running around winging it. Acting like I know a motherfucker. I ain't never heard of these motherfuckers. T-Mobile. All right, we good.
Hello, it's great to be with you. And I don't think anybody is
Soda got the soda TV.
about the weather. I'm your match commentator, Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me, the former Arsenal, West Ham and Coventry midfield player, Stuart Robson. And we have a foot rivals match coming up for you. How do you see it panning out, Stuart?
Well,
I'm nervous.
When looking forward to this game, you can't help but notice there are some great matchups all over the pitch, particularly in those central areas. Whichever team wins more of those battles will win the game.
And to look at the Flyboys starting 11. Mike Maignan begins in goal. Jude Bellingham starts alongside Thomas Müller in the centre of midfield. And the striker today is Rudi Völler. It is to be a throw-in. Well, not giving him any breathing room. Iran, but a pass that lacks quality. Well, the wait is finally over. I'm talking, of course, about Reece James and the fact that this is his debut with Deal having gone through. Stuart, what do you expect him to produce on the pitch?
Well, I'm expecting him first and foremost to be a good defender by being hard to beat in 1v1 situations, covering his centre-backs when required, and defending balls into the box. That, for me, has to be his priority today.
And plenty of scope to be creative in that wide position.
Oh, get that!
Not to be advised giving the ball away in that position. Ramos. On to James.
Oh!
Over the touchline for a throw-in. Ramos. Good work to win it back high up the pitch.
Oh, come on, Ralph!
Opposition at bay with that splendid challenge.
Oh, close though.
Fabio. And on to Al-Owairan. Well, I think just lost his focus for a second, and a throw-in conceded. An effective challenge. Thomas Müller. Now, what can the Flyboys do from this position? And he cuts in from the wing. He's got to score! Wonderful block. Chance to play it in. And Bellingham. Now with Al-Owairan. In it goes! The goal for 1-0, and that changes the dynamic.
Well, let's see this again. Look at the bend he gets on this. That struck so cleanly. What a good finish.
So the match has restarted. 1-0 here. Well, that's how to beat your opponents. But no damage done. That's the main thing. And that's a well-timed pass. And how well
That's just exceptional. He reacted so quickly there.
In search of the equaliser. And now the delivery.
Ref, oh no. Oh, the game cheating.
Robertson. And back with Neymar. Al-Owairan. And good use of advantage. And not cleared away properly. What a genuine opportunity, but it was squandered. Goal kick. Lam, determined defending. Müller. Here's Robertson. Might be able to produce from this position. Fabio. Very quick thinking there. And straight out of play off the keeper's boot. It will be a throw-in. Sergio Ramos. Options in the middle. And it crossed the byline.
Where the hell did I just kick that ball?
Chouameni. And on to Al-Owairan. Fabio. Neymar waiting to take it on. But it wasn't quite as good as it looked when it left the boot. Well, inching towards half-time, and probably fair to say the fans were hoping for a little bit better than this. Stuart, your thoughts?
Well, they've not had quite enough purpose to their attack.
Oh, opportunity here, Stuart.
Let's go!
A goal to square the game. Edge of the seat stuff.
Bang! Let's go, is it?
So in business once more on the back of that very important equaliser.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
And the Flyboys could get in behind the defence. Can he put them in front? Oh, tremendous block. Really good piece of goalkeeping there. Oh, skipping away. He's enjoying space. Can he play it in? Struggling to get it away.
Oh, what?
Well,
give it a shot!
Was always going wide. He's not going to be best pleased with himself. And the whistle is sounded for half-time in this game. Underway then in the second half. And the two teams matching each other just about stride for stride. And Müller has it now. It's a promising position, you've got to say. But really sticking to their task defensively. Messi. Succeeded in keeping it in play. Kimmich. James. Can he find the net? And the keeper diving to thwart him.
Well, they haven't created too much lately, but the fans know this is a chance to take the lead here.
And over it comes. Thomas Müller. Ronald Araujo. Retaining possession proving difficult. Ramos. On to James. Chiellini. Isaac. Good looking cross. And he saw the situation developing. Racing forward, trying to catch them out. Fabio. Neymar. Well, couldn't find a teammate, unfortunately. And a throw-in to come. Andrew Robertson. The Fly Boys regaining possession.
What?
Thomas Müller. And on to Furner. Good visualization and execution. Reece James. Ontolan. Committed challenge. Neymar. Can they keep it out? Oh, a tremendous block. Lionel Messi. The Fly Boys have possession again. Can they create something from here? Beautiful pass. Just knocking it around, looking to carve out a chance. Alouairan. And on to Bellingham. No way through. Happy to take on the shot. He can't hold on to it. Well, no damage done. Philippe Lahm. 20 minutes to go in this one. Possession one. And it crossed the touchline, so a throw in here.
Well, the Fly Boys have certainly tried to dictate the play over the last 15 minutes.
That's a
Don't give me a free kick right there.
Potentially dangerous free kick. Well, last line of defence, literally. A gift for any goalkeeper. Isaac.
Oh, come on, Isaac.
Furner, fractionally offside. Lionel Messi. He has teammates around him. Targets available. Cross comes in. Al-Owairan. And slipped through beautifully. Real chance. Splendid defending. Well, the two sides still locked together. And assist. Oh, wonder goal!
What?
Right out of the top
Oh,
drawer.
man. A
Who
cheese
can do
ass got
better than
down.
that?
That's a cheese kick. I
Well,
love
here it is
that.
again, and
You
all
can't
you can
stop that
do
kick.
is admire the skill.
Look, my
That's
man
a
right there.
really
What is
clever
you
goal, you
doing?
have to say.
Well, a dramatic moment near the end, and that might well be the decider. Ramos. The referee knew that was foul play, but advantage it is. Well, it's a good move in the making from the Fly Boys. Bellingham! Well, last gasp defending, but brilliant defending.
Well, just listen to this crowd. They want a bit more. They know there's still plenty of time to find an equaliser. Surely they get another chance, maybe two.
And forward they go, chasing the game. A wonderful intervention. That's very effective. Good high pressing.
Ah!
And he takes on the shot. Well, relying on the goalkeeper.
Well, there's not long left now, but that just about keeps them in it.
So 1 minute of stoppage time. That's what the officials have said. Neymar. And that is the end of the game. It goes into the history books as a home defeat.
Ah, that fucking corner, man. Killed me.
Very good sides, but they lost concentration late on, and it's cost them dearly. They'll need to get over that quickly.
Hey, I appreciate you coming through, Steve. I appreciate it, man. I be streaming every day, man. Ah, I lost that game. Fucking let the game begin. Who the fuck injured Ramos? Injured as a party right now. Let's bring in...
Well, nights like these are just what you hope for as a spectator. A warm welcome. My name is Derek Ray, excited to be bringing you match commentary. And alongside me, my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. And what we have coming up for you is live action from division rivals. What might we see today, Stuart?
Thanks, Derek. Well, both managers will be reminding their players of starting the game quickly, hitting the opposition back, playing the ball forward and regaining possession as quickly as possible. Hopefully, we get a really good game here.
This is the lineup for the visitors today. Davinson Sanchez starts with Presnel Kimpembe in central defence. And the striker today is Alexander Isak. Lam. Oh, good skill, and he's managed to beat his man. Big chance! Oh, did so well to deny him. And the referee felt he had to blow the whistle. Samuel Umtiti. Oh, good vision. The save was a good one. Who's going to get on the end of it? Well, there's no way to escape the verdict that that was an awful corner. Andrew Robertson. Well, anytime Clarence Seedorf is on the pitch, it's well worth just spending a couple of minutes watching only him. Stuart, what do you think we'll see from him in this match?
Well, Derek, he's a great all-round player, but it's his ability to run in behind defenders that makes him such a threat. And when he gets 1v1 against the goalkeeper, he usually scores.
Decent progress with the ball at his feet. Tremendously strong in the tackle. Throw-ins given. He's lost the ball, Juan Cuadrado. Oh, breezing past him. James. Umtiti. Very quick thinking there. Well, it's a really poor challenge. Now, what's the referee going to do about it? And that is going to mean a caution.
The referee is absolutely right. He knew what he was doing there.
Well, doesn't have to do it on his own. Oh, managing to beat him. Will he finish? Oh, marvellous save. Great goalkeeping. Read it superbly to take back possession. very committed challenge, and it's gone out for a throw-in. James. Determined defending. Now can they counter clinically? They're just not properly looking after the ball. And given away. Seydorf! Just made sure nothing came of that. A chance to nudge in front. Corner kick here.
Well, they haven't created too much lately, but the fans know this is a chance to take the lead here.
Messi. Are they going to forge ahead?
No!
Quite simply, a wonderful chance was squandered. Manuel Neuer. Well, they get the ball once more. You can't really
He's
touch
out
it
here.
like that.
He's out
You
here.
expect to get away with it. Booking to come, you would think. And a yellow card for that, Stuart.
And he's going to have to be careful now. That was a silly challenge.
Well, the supporters think it's on. Oh, it's just over. So unlucky.
Well, it's a cheeky attempt, but it just doesn't come down in time.
Ontoran. Oh, left his man behind here. Andrew Robertson. Messi. And with that, the attack fizzles out. Vlahovic. Magnificent challenge to win it back. Kimmich. Here's Isak. Free kick awarded then by the referee. Now, who can he play it to? Well, straight at the goalkeeper then. Oh, a big mistake. Now, looking dangerous here. He'll have a go here. Well, actually pretty easy for the goalkeeper in the end. We can get more details on that injury situation from our man pitch side, Jeff Shreves. Jeff?
He's moving quite gingerly because his foot is sore because he got trodden on in that last challenge.
Cheers, Jeff. Lovely work to get past his man. And the referee spotted the foul but has played advantage. Oh, fine stop. Trying to pick out a teammate. And that's gone out of play for what will be a goal kick. Well, just 1 minute of time added on for stoppages here. Cuadrado. He'll try his luck here.
What?
Oh my goodness, what a strike! From so far out, absolutely sensational, unstoppable. The first half. Well, the ball is moving again, with the Nutters looking to build upon a positive first half display. Showing a lot of guile there. Options in the centre. Nicely timed tackle. Well, they had a decent reading of that ball in. Davinson Sanchez. Lionel Messi. And great work to confuse the defender. And the referee has given them a corner. Now sending it in. And clears his lines. Can they do something positive on the counter-attack? And he takes it on. And a decent save. Full credit. Who's going to get on the end of it? And the keeper did magnificently.
Well, that's just a wonderful save. How did he stop that?
Fractionally over the top. Well, it was a foul, but good use of advantage by the referee. Well, this is not ideal for him. He was booked earlier. Joshua Kimmich. And that's very good refereeing to let the play flow. Good tackle. And continues his run. Not giving him a moment's peace.
What the fuck is one doing?
Well, there's a textbook example of how to press the ball. Chance to play it in. Well, it wasn't a productive cross. Real chance. Oh, my goodness!
God, what
He's
are y'all
gone
doing?
so well. A goal of the highest class. Fantastic technique. Back underway with the lead standing at 2-0. And the referee spotted the foul, but has played advantage. Excellent assessment of the situation at the back.
This is a message for Tyler Berry. That's Tyler Berry.
Messi. Keeper did his job to begin with. It has to be, surely. Nicely saved. Who can they pick out? Well, no problems defensively. And having already received a yellow card, he's walking a very fine line. Oh, he's gone for goal. Well, the free kick needed to be a lot better than that. Straight into the wall. Really good challenge. Umtiti. Couldn't keep the ball. A foul, but advantage played. Well, when all was said and done, Stuart, he wasn't a million miles away.
No, he wasn't, because he generates so much power from that sort of distance. His technique is brilliant.
PK. Messi. Well read to put an end to that attack. Cuadrado. He's scored once already and close to making it a double.
Well, every time he gets on the ball, he looks a real danger today.
Played over. The crossbar got in the way. Struggling to get it away. Well, threat averted.
Well, I have to say, I thought that looked to be going in. It was such a good effort.
Well, it did look dangerous for a moment, but the keeper has it now. James. Clean challenge. Oh, a lovely ball. And the keeper's in trouble. Well, full credit to him. He had the audacity to try it.
Well, that's so close to being a lovely goal. It just doesn't come down in time.
Free kick awarded then by the referee. Joshua Kimmich. Lionel Messi. And it's with Isaac. Simple catch, really. 10 minutes to go. The inside route looking promising. Terrific block. Isaac. Oh, he's through here. And a goal to tighten things up. They've thrown themselves a lifeline.
Well, let's see this again. This is counter-attacking football at its very best. And then it's a wonderful strike from Messi. He hits it with such power, such pace and great accuracy. What a goal that is.
So back underway. Intriguing contest this, given the 2-1 scoreline. This could be it! And throwing himself at the ball. Well, having been awarded the corner, they'll no doubt look to put the issue beyond all doubt. Oh, he really bruised the crossbar. Kimpembe. Andrew Robertson. It is to be a throw-in. Here's Robertson. Piqué. Down by a goal. This could be the final opportunity to snatch something. Lionel Messi. Well, real difficulty keeping the ball. Oh, big chance. Absolutely spot on with that challenge. Pump's clear. Ben Yedder. A very effective clearance. And that is going to be that. Well, a tale of woe in terms of the scoreline as far as the visitors are concerned.
before I think there's still times, as Clint Hood was talking to Mike Morris on the phone on draft day, where he still called Mike Morris a 3-tech. Are you ready to go be a 3-tech? It's like, we don't really kind of have a 3-tech when we go to the 2-man line. But the Carroll mentioned nose tackle I thought was interesting because it does confirm a little bit of what we have had as far as suspicions go, in that they're going to try to roll him out there to not only the 1-tech, which is going to be a little bit, I think, they'll split the reps between, but the 0-tech, that by which he didn't do when he was here in his prior time here in Seattle. And so you're moving him into that role, probably, I would say now.
Delighted to be able to report very agreeable weather for the fans here at the Emirates Stadium. I'm Derek Ray, and my commentary partner here on the gantry is the former Arsenal and West Ham.
He considered a nose tackle in both of those two places. So it doesn't, I don't know, maybe it doesn't necessarily mean they'll throw him into the 0, but it does mean that there's a little bit more of, we know we're going to be using Jaron in this run-stuffing role. He's outside of now a little bit of that pass rush stuff that he had done prior. So even just the way he turned that, I thought was kind of interesting from Carroll. And good to hear that they feel good about him being able to line up in there and handle those duties, because that's, of course, one of our real big concerns out here. If Jaron does
you know what he's doing to my Lionel Messi long game.
Item on this board that we're going to talk about in a second as well, being that we may need or may go out and look to go get another player on this defensive line, and maybe it's not, as we had always, as all of the had kind of
What if we quit? People just are crazy.
Always a terrific venue to watch a football match. I'm talking about the Emirates Stadium here in North London. I'm Derek Ray, ready here on the commentary position, and alongside me is the former Arsenal, West Ham and Coventry midfielder Stuart Robson. And what we have coming up for you is foot rivals action. How's it going to go, Stuart?
Thanks, Derek. Well, often we talk about the tactics, the individual players that are missing, but so often it's the mentality of the players.
Can he put it away?
Oh, come on!
A wild effort it was, and probably the less said about it, the better. This is how the visitors will set up today. Davinson Sanchez plays alongside Presnel Kimpembe at the back, and the striker today is Kupi. In it goes! That will do nicely for starters. First goal of the game. So the match is restarted. 1-0 here. Moussa Diaby. Diaby. He took a touch on the way through, so a corner here. But he's gone short with it. Will it be? Oh, marvellous defending to deny him. Really good challenge. Can they convert? And a goal! A quick 1-2! And they've turned this game on its head. 2-0 now, and back underway. Using all his defensive acumen to cut it out. A sloppy pass. Mbappe. Mbappe! And a goal! Wonderful stuff as they accelerate away from...
Or worry about the screen game, which is, of course, what punishes those pass rushers who get uphill too fast, too quickly, without any sort of awareness to potentially the screen game being ran. So we'll see if they can start to maybe build that in a little bit more in the offense. Carroll also said, and really did seem to gush quite a bit about Jackson Smith and Jigba when he was asked about him. I know Carroll's a very optimistic guy in the way he speaks about a lot of guys, but giving the rookie the love he did on that, just calling him a natural, saying he was going to help the team out quite a bit. Part of this is you're listening to him to maybe say something like, well, it's him and Eskridge battling it out. We'll see. He's a really good player, but he's a rookie coming in. Eskridge has been here a couple of years. Let's see them go at it. And instead, it was really nothing but kind of loving up on JSN and what he brings to the table a bit, which I thought was kind of notable from Carroll's stance on that. Not that they're not still in the competition, but how impressive
Jackson Smith and Jigba's been, and how much the team really is looking forward to in this upcoming season, going out and really bringing an impact to play. We've got also a little bit of news as far as cuts go. We had some early cuts go down here, which I thought was notable. And on those cuts, we've got a couple guys here that are big deals, I would say, in James Campbell out of Montana State or Isaiah Dunn, a defensive back out of Oregon State. But the other guy that got cut was one Alton Robinson. Alton Robinson, fifth-round pick from 2 years ago. He went out, had 4 sacks in a real small rotation kind of role. Right? Wasn't really given a lot of reps out there. Looked good in that respect of things. Brought a lot of what you saw from him as a prospect out of Syracuse to play on the field. But, as Carroll said in his press conference, he just couldn't get back. So it sounds like whatever the injury was that was derailing him last year throughout the course of the year that took as long as it did, he never got back after a really early, I think it was like the last preseason game. But it does sound like there's still some issues there with that knee, and it's not ready to go, and the team doesn't want to take the risk with it at this point. So now we do look to now Tyreek Smith or one of these undrafted rookie free agents to maybe try to go out there and take that final edge spot on the roster. You got Taylor, Wosu, Boye Mafe, Derek Hall, that's 4. You're going to go 5. You'll have 4 live hand grenades on game day. But you're going to have a 5th, at least on the edge of the roster somewhere. And so I think the early betting odds favorite here is that it would be Tyreek Smith at this point. And maybe this is an indication of how much they feel also good about him. They didn't want to sit back and wait for Alton Robinson. But that's tough to see because he did show you some really good play that first year. Just sometimes this happens to these pro football players, and it's brutal where you get an injury and you don't come back for a year. You're never quite right after you bounce back from it. We think medical science and modern science is great, and that it can always bring you back from almost anything. But I think that's not always the case. And he didn't even take what I remember really a brutal hit. I think he just had his knee kind of land on the ground hard, and that seems to have been enough. But let me turn this over. That was pretty much the only thing we got out of here the first day of training camp. But let me turn this over to I think that many of you guys probably really interested, and certainly is at the heart of my thumbnail here on this channel today. And that's going to be the ever-changing way of a situation that happened on the back of this Uchenna Nwosu deal. Now, Uchenna Nwosu is going to cost $13 million on the cap prior to making this new deal happen. And so there is the reports we're hearing that there's really no new money, that the cap it's going to be the same this year, which could be understandable because if you didn't want to take his base down to a bare minimum of $1 million and then just have it all be bonus on the other half, then you could quickly get back to that $13 million mark, and that could make some sense. They could have also saved maybe just a couple of million on it too, in just a very small way, without having to take it down to the $1 million base or $2 million base because he's a veteran. Sorry, but that's the reports we're hearing right now. I'm going to lean back on and trust is until we see the final numbers, we don't know for sure. But Uchenna seems to be still sitting at the same contractual number. The team then did a restructuring deal of Quandre Diggs, converting him base to bonus this upcoming season. And they're going to save $6.1 million in doing that. So this, to me, indicates that there's another deal coming down the pipe. And this had many of you guys, of course, excited. You guys hit me all over the place. 20 ways from Sunday, and I think I got about 55 Chris Jones DMs and comments in the section. And, so Chris Jones? I hope. And so I think there's three potential options here this could be. I'll go with the 2 big ones. This also could be just a matter of, and this is maybe the most likely, if we really said what were they looking to do with this money, it could be just that they're getting out ahead of that cut situation that's going to happen down the line. That's set to occur after the 3rd preseason game. Everybody does the final cut. You go from 90 on a roster all the way to the 55. So there's going to be just an absolute tidal wave of players that reach the market. And if you've got some ducats to spend at that time, the theory would go maybe that you, in all of that chaos and panic and people trying to figure out who's who and who can get what, you can come in there and drop a
a bag of change on somebody's table and pull in a player that, nobody really would have thought you would have gotten that kind of caliber of back when we were talking about free agency and who there was available and who could possibly really help this team out. So it also really could be that as much as anything, or waiting for a trade even a couple weeks down the line of this as well. I want to acknowledge at the head of this, I'm going to talk about a couple of options here, but I want to acknowledge at the head of it that this is as much anything to give John the flexibility to get into talks and not have to worry about whether or not he can create the space if he has to last minute. It could mean all...
Shut your ass up, man.
And good evening on what is a perfect night for football. The floodlights shining down on the players as we speak. My name is Derek Ray, excited to be bringing you match commentary. And alongside me, my broadcasting partner, Stuart Robson. And what we have coming up for you is live action from division rivals. What do you anticipate seeing, Stuart?
Well, Derek, when looking forward to this game, you can't help but notice there are some great matchups all over the pitch, particularly in those central areas. Whichever team wins more of those battles will win the game.
I'm lost. You're a stray man. You can do anything.
Forlan, and he's through here. Well, to think he only had the keeper to beat. Couldn't take the opportunity. Andrew Robertson has lost the ball.
I can tell. Looks like she hasn't been washed in years.
We're racing away here.
It was nice to meet you. I really should find my way back home.
But stamp defending when it mattered. This is the lineup for the home team. PK starts with Presnel Kimpembe in central defence. And the attack is led today by Alexander Isak. And a decent save, full credit. Trying to deliver it accurately. And you don't want to lose possession there. And that goes down as a very disappointing attempt.
Well, the keeper can't believe his luck. That's a really poor effort.
And introducing the visitors lineup today. Thibaut Courtois is in goal. Thiago Silva plays.
Can he finish it here?
Tremendous block. James. Oh, it's an unbelievable save by Courtois.
See, this one has it all.
Who can they pick out? Well, not cleared away completely. Well, the fans really want him to shoot. Well, not making life difficult for the keeper at all. A wide attempt.
So I don't know if you guys know this, but we're getting one final season with the new season 9 in MyTeam.
Good tackle. It'll be a throw. Well, we know how effective Phil Foden can be. Make no mistake, this is a huge day for him. It's his debut. And Stuart, I wonder what we can expect to see from him.
Well, he's a dangerous player when he gets himself isolated in 1v1 situations because he can drop a shoulder, manipulate the ball and change his pace to beat defenders. I just hope he starts well today.
And still looking to get the shot away. Textbook defending inside the box. Oh, superb skill. Reece James. Robertson. And the flag does go up. Must have been close. Taylor Booth. And players waiting in the centre. Really classy goalkeeping, but now it grinds to a halt because the flag has been raised. Superb defensive judgment to end the attack. Chiellini. Promising sequence. Isak. Here's Robertson. This looks more than decent. Could have been awkward for the goalkeeper. Can he deliver it with accuracy? That might still be problematic.
did see that a lot of people
Well, a touch off the defender last of all, so a corner.
Trae Young only has an evolution dark matter. He doesn't even have like a normal dark matter card in my team. It's crazy. And so we could definitely be seeing a lot of stuff. And also a lot of people are predicting.
Who can he pick out? That's fine goalkeeping to hold on to the corner.
I really wouldn't be surprised if 2K does have something else
Modric.
to help themselves through the season. And so we could definitely see Manuko too.
Son.
Right now, you want to make sure that you don't make Ray because
chance to take the lead. What a block! Well, let's see what they have in store for them on the break. Well, fantastic counter-attack as they move through the gears, but not a brilliant end product.
Well, everything looked good until the finish, but that shows how dangerous they are on the break.
Can they create something from here? And play halted, free kick given. A short free kick this time. It needs an accurate cross. Ontoram. Able to skip past his man. Well, did the job in the end, to be fair. Not much time to make up his mind. Boom. Well, after that fantastic effort, it's gone out for a throw-in. And options in the centre. Can he put them ahead? Oh, a vital piece of last-ditch defending. Counter-attacking, very much an option. And let's give credit to the defending. Getting the better of his opponents. Well in there to tidy up. So a throw in here. Forlan. Must be. And a goal! 1-0 it is. They've been pushing for the opener, and now they have it.
Well, here's the replay. Watch how he goes past his man with such ease, and it's just a change of pace. And then through on goal, he just goes for power and smashes it past the keeper. There's no stopping that. What a great finish.
Well, back underway, and 1-0 it is. Let's see what happens next.
That's why I had you guys covered. That's why I want to make this
It is to be a throw-in.
I don't remember. If you know, let me know down below in the comments because I would still love one.
Lan. Now Kimmich. And a chance to level it. Oh, fine stop. And the managers will now deliver their half-time team talks. We're at the end of 45 minutes in this game. But I am hoping that maybe we see one final update to the Tokyo market with, the Tokyo market. I'm sorry, they just completely ruined you. I mean, it's just sad. When you think about it, it's just so sad. Well, the Tokyo market used to be so good. We literally went from a galaxy open. Well, underway once more, and it's going to be fascinating to see what developments occur in this second half. Useful looking ball. Could be. Oh, magnificent reaction. Joshua Kimmich. Ontoram. It's Kimpembe now. Can they find a gap in the defence? Well, trying to take their time, but not enough care on the ball. This might be ideal for the counter. Well, that break looked so promising, but nothing coming from it. Domenico Berardi. Deciding to go inside. And a fine stop. Who can he pick out? Well, perhaps not a high percentage chance for him.
Well, although he was always going to be second to the ball, the defender just about did enough to stop him getting a clean header there.
Here's Lam. Well, he's given us away. Oh, nice work to get past his opponent. Son. They've got it now, what can they do? Heung-min Son, absolutely spot on with that challenge. And foul it is then. An important interception. It is a decent-looking attack here. Well, nothing comes of it. It looked promising. And so 30 minutes left for play in this one. And given away. I'm not testing the keeper at all with that effort. And the referee blows the whistle. It is a free kick. Well, a good tackle. Can they create something from here? Gives it a go. Oh, the keeper made it look routine. It was anything but.
Well, these fans have had to be patient. Could this be the equaliser?
So the corner played into the box. Well, not cleared away completely. Outrageously good piece of defending on the line. Sami Al-Jaber. Real chance. Oh, he saved it.
Well, excellent from the keeper. That's a really top-class save.
Philippe Lam. And Kimmich. Andrew Robertson. Chiellini. And he's broken free. And they've done it to square the game once again. Exhilarating.
Well, as you can see, the defending is all over the place. That's far too easy for the attackers. The goalkeeper's got absolutely no chance there.
So underway again here on the back of that leveller. Real chance. And that's fantastic goalkeeping to get across and deal with the danger. And played short. Strong but fair tackle. Philippe Lam.
Well, this is such a good watch. Both teams have played their part in a great game with plenty of good forward play. I'm sure we'll see more goals before the end.
Oh, Stewart, opportunity here. And in. Oh, yes. Exactly what they were hoping to produce. They've delivered the goal. What a big moment in the dying embers. Will it prove decisive here? And a good take under duress there. No mistake from the keeper. Will it be punished?
Oh my goodness, 45,000. Wait, I just realized,
on the cusp of the final whistle, and they're making home advantage count, but only just. Stuart, your thoughts?
Well, they've certainly controlled the tempo of the game and just about deserved their lead, but they've got to keep their concentration right to the end here.
Good movement. Joshua Kimmich. Here's Robertson. Under pressure, can he do it? He had to react, and did. He's in with a chance. Majestic piece of goalkeeping.
Well, he loves the big moments, doesn't he? And he's proved it again there. Great goalkeeping.
Luka Modric with the corner. And the struggle to get it away properly. This could be the equaliser. Well, they're going to be very cross with themselves because that was a wasted opportunity. Joshua Kimmich. Here's Robertson. Foden. It is to be a throw-in. Great challenge, he got nothing but ball. They're still pressing for a goal here. Can he get them level? What late excitement. And the match is level.
Protection for everyone. SC Johnson.
Well, here it is again, and it's all about the pace in transition. They're so quick to get out from the back, and from there, he never looked like missing. That's a lovely goal.
So back underway, the game having been squared at 2-2.
82,000 for you, buddy. There we go. Another player up, and then we got ourselves more. We got a taco.
They're on the scent of a winner late in this game. So the final whistle and the end of an evenly fought contest, but focusing on the hosts. What about that?
Everything got to go, though. So, taco. See you later, man. 30,000. The most expensive taco you will ever see here. You have to get what Anthony Edwards here, too. Let me check my list to make sure I have the right price. He is going for about, where did I put it? There we go. 39.5. 40,000. You know, I'll undercut a little bit just to make sure mine sells for this video, so I do want to redeem all the MCs. And so we'll do 39.5 for you, buddy. There we go. Invincible Anthony Edwards. There we go. And then we got ourselves a Thompson. One of the twins. Well, he actually does have a decent value, over 10,000, which again is really good for regular dark matter. So 12.5 for you. And there we go. Another card up. Now, Jokic right here is the playoff one. He has some evolutions, which he does go to like a dark matter, basically an invincible, but we do have to sell him. And he's actually going for 40,000 and 40K for a card like this. Yes, sir. You know, say less. Give me that 40K. Actually, I'll do 39.5. That way it actually sells right away. Bam, 39.4. There we go. And I don't know if you guys feel the same, but I really wish that I could just sell a card over 100,000 MT without having to put it up for a bid and having to wait 4 hours, 12 hours, 24 hours. You know what I mean? Obviously, we have to wait the 4 hours. And with 2K24 being around the corner, I'm hoping they do that. You know what I mean? I just wish I could put up a card, you know, for whatever it's going for, and then to sell it without having to wait. And by the way, you should probably be doing the same thing that I'm doing. Try to get as much MT as you possibly can. Trust me. You'll thank me later. And we're looking good. Now, I did also sell some other players that you guys can see right here in the background. I have been selling other Invincibles, Dark Matters, because I do want to walk away with as much MT as I possibly can. And so you can see some of them in the background. I'm telling you, bro, we're walking away with millions. We are going to be rich. And so you guys can see some of the other players that I ended up putting up. A few moments later. And look at that right there. Stuff is already selling. Now, I did also put some cards up for 500. If you've been watching some of the videos I've been uploading and stuff like that, you know, I've been doing 500 MT for you guys. That way you can get some snipes. I did also sell some other players previously, like I mentioned. I sold this Steph Curry for over 100K. You know, back before he dropped in price. Also some other players. And you already know what time it is. Let's start redeeming this MT, bro. Oh my goodness. I want you guys to guess. How much MT do you think we're going to have? We sold Victor, we sold Devin Booker right here, bro. Everything had to go. Look at all this MT. Oh my goodness. We still have other stuff that, you know, we have to wait for it to sell because we put it up for 4 hours and so on. And so everything right here, bro. Look at that. Already over 100,000 MT. We saw some Invincibles. Like I said, I put up some cards for 500 MT for you guys right here. Nice and easy. We got a Giannis, a Kobe, you know, LeBron James. We got Lamar Odom. I sold him for 75,000. You know, so we sold him and LeBron right here. Some of these players I definitely did sell as I pulled them. Some of them I sold them later, as you guys saw just now. And then we got ourselves some more 500 MC snipes right here. Steph Curry, you know, we sold them for over 100K. Paul George, 94,000. We had a Kevin Durant right here for 64,000. Also another Victor for 83,000. And just like that, guys, we're at $500,000 still.
Okay, 71,000 with T-Mac. Oh my goodness, it's just adding up. Oh, Carp just sold. Devin Booker, 38,000. We're almost at our first 1 million, bro. Kobe right here sold it. Mark ended up selling. We got Jaren Jackson out here. I did sell this Russell Westbrook when he first came out. That's why he sold for that much. Anthony Edwards just ended up selling. Wait. We're already at over a million. 1 million so far. And we got to keep it going, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my goodness. Leave that right there. We lagging. We lag right there. Almoran's over 28,000. We got ourselves some more over here. Oh my goodness, that MT, it just keeps climbing and climbing and climbing. Now some of these players that you guys are seeing, I definitely did sell before. I just never redeemed it because I know myself. I'm gonna waste it on singles and packs like that, and so that's why you're seeing some crazy amounts for some of these players. These were sold in like a previous season. It's been a while, and I swear I'm not an addict, but if I had all this MT before, I would have blew it on packs and singles. Okay, you know, if you know, you know. And so that's why I never redeemed a player like Yao Ming, you know, some of these other players. And we still got to keep it going, bro. We're still redeeming everything that we can, bro. Look at that right there. We're at 1.6. And then, of course, we have the big boy right here, 1.1 million. And just like that, we got ourselves 2.67 million MT, which means that we can buy anything that we want in the game. And I'm definitely going to go shopping very soon. So definitely stay tuned for more. But for now, though, definitely check out the new God Squad I built. Also, check out the pack opening. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.
Shut your ass up, Carlos.
Sensationally seasoned pretzels.
And a warm welcome on what is a fine day for football. I'm delighted to be able to report. My name is Derek Ray, and sitting alongside me in the commentary position is the former Arsenal and West Ham midfield player Stuart Robson. And what we have coming up for you is a live division rivals contest. What might we see today, Stuart?
Thanks, Derek. Well, both managers will be reminding their players of starting the game quickly, hitting the opposition back, playing the ball forward and regaining possession as quickly as possible. Hopefully, we get a really good game here.
Andrew Robertson. Promising sequence. And he's clear as lines. This is the lineup for the home team. Presnel Kimpembe plays alongside Piqué in the middle of the defence. And the striker today is Alexander Isak. James. Can he put it away? And a goal! Just what the fans wanted to see. The ideal way to begin.
Can that move Danny put on his ass?
Well, back underway, and 1-0 it is. Let's see what happens next. Silva. Bonaventura with it. Able to skip past his man. Well, the keeper had to concentrate. Who can he pick out? And just wide with the header. Piqué. Chiellini. Well, he's got plenty of space on the flank here. Foden. Magnificent defending. Lewandowski. Good pressure. Can they make something of this? And diving to thwart it. Who can they pick out? Not quite the clearance they were hoping for. Shot attempted. And that wasn't a million miles away. Almost the equaliser.
Well, it's not a bad effort, is it? But they've got to find a way back into this one.
Great strong tackle. Throw in forthcoming. Getting in there to take it away. Lewandowski. Can he get them level? And they've done it to square the game once again. Exhilarating.
1 moment of paraffin.
Well, here it is again. He goes past his marker so easily with just a drop of the shoulder. But there's still plenty to do from here. He hits it so well, though. Lots of pace, lots of power, and the keeper just can't react in time. It's a great strike.
So back underway following the equaliser. And attempting the through ball. Well, I must say it did look so promising, but the flag is raised. Offside the verdict, Stuart.
Well, he's just too eager there. It's the right run, but he's made it too early.
Well, making high pressing work for them here. We can get more details on that injury situation from our man pitch side, Jeff Shreves. Jeff?
Yeah, you can see he's got a problem with his foot. It looks as though he's treading on it a little tenderly. I think he actually got trodden on in that last challenge.
Cheers, Jeff. Foden. Happy to take on the shot. Well, simple for the keeper. Well, being pressed here. And snuffing out the danger. Can they take the lead? Well, what a stop that was. Lewandowski. Will he finish? A goal it is, and a typical Robert Lewandowski finish. So the ball is rolling again. 2-1 the scoreline. A really committed challenge, and it's gone out for a throw-in. Reece James. Isaac. An effective challenge.
Well, the away side haven't bossed the possession, as you can see, but their counter-attacking has been really good, particularly in the wide areas. It's been an excellent performance from them so far.
It's really good without the ball, and the all-around performance levels have been high. Bonaventura here. Can he do it? Well, the chance looked to be on, but found himself offside. Not what he was intending. Bad pass. Well, that's how to do it inside your own penalty area. Davinson Sanchez. Isaac. Foden. So deflection.
You hit him all the game 9 times. I ain't got into the goddamn game. Bro, come on, man. Migo.
And they can get ready for the corner kick routine.
Well, can they draw level here? The crowd certainly think so.
Trying to pick out a teammate. Oh, you don't want to lose the ball in that position. Davinson Sanchez. James. Oh, he's lost possession of the ball. Lewandowski. And Diaz has it. Good-looking move, this. The high press was on, and that's a fantastic tackle. That's great goalkeeping.
Well, what a save that is. He was so alert there.
So he already has an appointment for a specialist
Bernardo Silva.
in early
Good defending to stop a decent-looking attack.
So
well, what a great save that was.
Oh, wait a minute. They could be in here.
Yeah.
In the center of his eye in the past couple of months,
commanding goalkeeping.
People, if you see it, reflects.
Yeah.
So that's called a white reflect. And that's why I have his appointment made with specialists. It's why I've been back and forth with different specialists. So this is...
Who's going to get on the end of it? Luis Diaz. If you're wondering about stoppage time, 1 minute to be added on. Bonaventura. That's all they can conjure for now. A chance then for the respective managers to address their charges. It is half-time here. So back underway, and an intriguing second half in prospect. Isaac. Oh, a good diving save. Can he deliver it with accuracy? And it crossed the byline, a goal kick as a result. Luis Diaz. Rodri. Lewandowski. Not the easiest of situations for the keeper. He's driven in the corner. Struggling to get it away. Trying to really get at the opposition here. And credit is due for that good piece of defending. Counter-attacking, very much an option. All hands on deck. Fine tackle there to prevent the chance. Could be. It's gone in. Well, they're really in the mood here. Can they be stopped? Well, it's a tale of 4 goals in this match now. 3-1 it is. And the pass could do damage. And the goalkeeper covered a lot of ground to push that away from danger. Andrew Robertson. Kimmich. Well, great read there to intercept. Foden. Was it the denial of a clear goal-scoring opportunity? If so, he's off. And in the refereeing trade, they called it dogzo, denial of a goal-scoring opportunity.
Well, the referee's got that right. He saved a possible goal there, but at a cost.
Well, a disappointing free kick, a long way off target.
Well, no wonder he's looking a bit sheepish. Really poor effort, you have to say.
So a half an hour remaining. Committed challenge. Foden. Well, the fans really want him to shoot. And unable to keep the ball. Determined defending. Lewandowski. The ball with Rodri. Poor pass. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? Lewandowski. The danger here as he runs at them. And getting across to stop it. Delivered by Bonaventura. Brilliant piece of skill. And the counter-attack is on. Options available. Foden. Opportunity. Oh, the keeper made it look routine. It was anything but.
Well, they haven't seen too many chances, but the crowd sensing this could be a turning point. They need a goal here.
Played over. Good pressure high up the pitch. And still looking to get the shot away. Oh, you don't want to lose the ball in that position. And he takes it on. Well, tremendous block. Throw-ins given. A chance to whip it in. Robertson. Pretty routine there for the goalkeeper. Luis Diaz. Promising attack this. Lewandowski. Oh, the flag's gone up, and there wasn't much in that. Philipp Lahm. Foden. And he read it well defensively. And it's with Isak. Ten minutes to go. Poor pass under no real pressure. Oh, he's through here. It's got to be. And just like that, the break has stopped. Really top quality defending. Luis Diaz. Now with Silva. Oh, great defending. And Bellingham. Oh, a powerful effort. Close. And he's through here. And just making the run a bit too early. Offside as a result. Rodri. In the right place to cut out the pass. And the counter looks on here. Options available. And he's broken free. And pushed away to safety. And the referee has given them a corner. Trying to pick out a teammate. So after that, a goal kick it'll be. Jude Bellingham. Isaac. Can he get one back? Couldn't quite hang on. And a time for calm on the ball. And that is the end of the game. It goes into the history books as a home defeat.
Well, Derek, I thought it was a subpar performance from them. Just didn't look as sharp as normal. I don't think they deserved anything from the game. They need to get a better performance in next time out.